Good evening, good night, good morning, good afternoon. We are the Titans, and we are here tonight to deal with the issue as it relates to, this high upsurge in spate of murder committed by the police in Jamaica. We have to deal with that matter tonight because we hear some, not so nice report coming out of Jamaica. Past 2 weeks, people think, went calm. And yesterday, 11. And today, it's like them almost repeat the dose. So we have said, them things they don't look good. Yeah, on an international scale, where human rights is concerned. We see where the police them abuse the Jamaican citizen, execute them now with all them and bound behind them. And them think they are cause for concern. Yeah. So I know where the Prime Minister come say this time, where the Minister of National Security, Minister of Justice, and the Commissioner come say in regard to this type of killing where we see a going in Jamaica over the past 24 hours. It's bad. Yeah, we're not going to tolerate them type of behavior there, because a country can't run like that. A country with the size population where Jamaica have, but yet still we are head homicide by state representative worldwide. We can't have the Jamaican police force behave like that, man. Come on. Andrew police force, because this not look like the GSA what we know about, This look like a new, put together force where now have no training as it relates to serve, protect, and reassure. Yeah, a dead squad. And we hear about it long time, So we have to come make sure now, so well, then we put some meat on the bone tonight. Because this no look right. But before we go down in the matter, let me big up the people as usual in our chat. Worldwide. Yeah. UK, Canada, United States of America, down in the Caribbean, Africa, Europe, Australia, New Zealand, all about, yeah. You don't know the people them tune into this program, Yeah. On a Thursday night, the people them tune into the Titans, yeah. So we are come deliver tonight, cause me feel up in myself here tonight. Because we are born in Jamaica, in a man and God sight, it not right, none at all. We have a criminal prime minister around the country. We can't certify it. And it's like him a create a upheaval within the society between the people of the country and film police force. And we have to talk on it on a rational scale, because this can't happen to anybody, whether you're Labour right or PMP, So this can't be nothing about no political, agenda. This is a national crisis. Yeah, man. And we have to come talk about it. See it, because right now, in my head space, no good. Because me have the people in Jamaica, And right now, me have to wonder and ponder. Because this thing becomes so prevalent that, it not look like it have no ending. For the past 2 years, 311 last year, I want to run up the chart. Where are some brother?
Blessings.
No, fix right. Sorry about that. Go in your system and touch up the mic, touch up the little favor they make way. We can't tonight we are going bad. Well stand this here, man. Big up yourself, man. Tonight we are going bad, Touch up the mic with me with the Bible. You remember you go in and change it? Yes.
How much sound?
So leave it there.
You're mellow, Mellow.
Yes.
Yeah, so, you know, them type of execution style of killing where the police them are carry out in Jamaica. Yeah, me don't know where them get it from, you know.
All right,
But
my
this
son.
look where them
Yeah.
from the
Yeah.
Middle East. Yeah, this look like something where me I look on in the Middle East.
Yeah.
You understand? People are bound behind them. Big man, you leave a family in a disarray, mourning for them loved one. And you give people all directive orders it relate to the wife or one of the deceased, you know, wanting to intervene and you tell her that she can't pass. The only thing we can pass a fire brigade truck. But now go on with them at Jamaica. Andrew, you have to come talk about this as a crime minister, you know. Yeah? As a crime minister, you have to come out, come talk about this. This is unprecedented. Yeah? We never see them thing in Jamaica. Not from my time growing up. Yeah? We are see them thing here go on and it's on a daily basis. We don't have them amount of criminal there, you know. So not like a criminal who not hunt them, you know. Innocent people who not kill them all in a roadblock. You understand? I want one. So the reality is that we need some form of justification now for this way of going in Jamaica. We need to hear from the Prime Minister. We need to hear from Chucky. You understand, as a justice minister, because the people need justice. This is too much of a conundrum right now. We are going in Jamaica. So me I said to the relevant authority, Google too, you need to come out and come address the situation because your work and them not perform, you know. Them not live up to standard and expectation. Them gone rogue. And you as a commissioner, you're silent. And when you do come out, come speak, you speak on behalf of your men them. And I talk about 2% conviction rate. Eh? When no justice system out there, I convict nobody. When I go like so well then the 2% now I show so well then the man them carry out them duty in a professional manner. Yeah, and there is no flaws within it. We see a lot of flaws. We see roadblock and people get gunned down by the state. And wrong information are put out in regard to how the operation unfold. We are here say a shootout, running gun battle. We look on the car, clean as a whistle. We have some track down all the next man at GC Pastor College. We go find him. You see which part you know there, River Road, you know, far GC Pastor College there from there, so. So you think that man never escape to the extent that we reach at GC Pastor College, going go all arrest. And I wait till you come. I want to take people for. I want to think a chicken back brain around there, so. Are people with intellectual knowledge round here. I dissect what we see going on in Jamaica and I disseminate the wrong information when I put out and give the people them clarity. You understand? Can a man now run from the police all the way from River Road, you know, and find himself at GC Pastor College and go take a rest there, so, you know. Yeah, he would have to look for change off him clothes and if him have a firearm, him this spell of that and all them thing there. So we want to come with it just bullshit as usual. And because we have mainstream media out there, suck up the little hanky-panky statement we want to give and I put it out there. We don't feel like so now do something. I mash up the country, you know. And as the entity, yeah, that is responsible to keep the peace in the country. A civil war, the sooner with the citizens out there now. And the citizens now war, we don't know. The citizens them humble and I take all the bullshit from the Andrew regime. You know, see it and them look idiot police boy and go like so well then, you know, Andrew and them father. You understand? And them a carry out him order. That have to stop on the international human rights Body need to take a look at what is going on in Jamaica and start to pursue some of these criminals. We say them are high official. They are criminals. You understand? National Security Minister having one gang, Stone Crusher, each up in a WikiLeaks, yeah, for dealing with contraband, money laundering, drugs trafficking in that big time. And the crime minister, as usual, know him head all type of corruption. All of the Ponzi scheme them, all of the mafia scheme at him around them, the corruption ring, can't certify, but yet still have the nation in a bind. Yeah, with the police them, kill off the citizens them. But not one Chinese now get arrested or killed. Not one Indian now get arrested or killed. None of the Israeli them now get arrested or killed. Yeah? You don't make a little mistake and kill an American trim black. You understand? If you white, you never touch him. So it's a systemic problem we see going on in the country and it needs to be addressed once and for all. Too much criminal activity coming out of the hierarchy of the Jamaica Labour Party. You understand? So we are called upon the relevant authority. You know, we need some form of justification as it relates to where I want. Because I mean, a murder we see, you know. I mean, I watched my brother last night, you know, I doing program, you know, and I highlight the amount of state killing on video where unarmed citizens get gunned down. So right now, the matter is very, very critical right now and serious. Discussion need to be held in regard to this. And I yield back the floor to my brother there.
Yes, man. All right, Pat. Nice opening. And Byron, where I tell you tonight, I got at them because I got play with Mark Wolin. You know, him say something about the 11. And at least 24 hours. But good evening again, you know, people. You know, Pat done make the introduction and everything. But you know, we say good evening. Yeah, good evening. Rally, me see you, man. You up, man. I'm on him. You up, everything up. All right. So the police them are going from back to verse now. Right? And them are kill with impunity. But me put up this, and when we want to put up the meaning of impunity and make the people them see it. Yeah, because Andrew them give them a directive and Crab and the police commissioner. You know. You see what I mean?
Yes.
Means exemption from punishment, penalties, negative consequences for one action. So them not get charged. Them nothing happen. But them are go around and kill people. And by the way, people, me hear more than one person come out now on a ball, and you know them did vote for Andrew. I mean them ask Andrew for that, them really vote for yes. Because una go like una dumb to, you know. Yeah. Remember, it's a racism thing, what they call it classism, Byron. Yeah, we against them. Them against us, and we against them. Can we not against nobody. And them against us. We don't want to treat uno like una floor mat. So when the police them get their directive, that is illegal, and the police them run out and come for uno, them not business, but uno, them not ask you, show me who you vote for. Them are gonna kill you. And that happened in a mobile yesterday. A matter of fact, 11 them killing at 14 plus hours. Because from around after 2 to 3, the 5 that were them killed by Iran. Then 2 more, 5 in the morning. Remember, you know, if at 3 o'clock the killing start by Iran, 3 to 3 or 12 hours. 5 in the morning, and 2 more hours that. Plus. Yeah. So, and just the 24 hours gap. By 14 hours plus, 11 citizens of Jamaica killed. The 5 of them killed around, so, you know, we're going to show them one of them things here, you know, but we're just open. Take it to Bali. The 5 of them killing a Byron. 4 and it's a running battle. And when them done, 4 men dead and 2 firearms. So what you going to tell me now? You have police, you know, she said 2 men that run without firearm then. And if you say a running battle, that means the man them a run. You say you try to intercept car. Brother, what them do? Because them say running gun battle. But you know, so if the man them come out to shoot up and they can't shoot up. So you bet the man them come out and you assassinate the man them. 4 man. But a 2 gun you say recover. Okay. You say next man, hours after, you book him a GC faster college and then him engage, you know. Which man that run by and themselves? So much police and everything, run get away. They far, me no know under get to far from on the car. I want to bike. I want to must see up on the road, them a run. If you go down there, and it's far. And only go book him after and him away from them, and then them get them a close in. And then them just shoot him to death. Then now you go back and you say 201 same way you take one object and you kill man. Okay. Nothing, I know we don't get the people them name now. From day before yesterday to now, we don't get the 5 people them name on the side. You know, let me tell you something by that. If them there was wanted man or man will do things and them kill them that run them fingerprint long time with a hear them name. You notice, you know, you none of them name, I know we can't get none of them name. Them want to try to sweep it under the carpet. People never know who them kill it, you know. And when them find out, them can't push out the name because it's trouble for them. But we are going to find the name, them, brother. It can't be you kill man and you say shooting. But I know you're not. But let me tell you something, Andrew Holness. You say any shooting up in Jamaica, they shoot some, and they shot by a seat somewhere or the other. You got people have video everything no one put up. So we never seen no shooting. I hear about no shooting nowhere at all. We said the shooting happened before. Not like that. So when it does corona, anybody picnic can get killed. Not the big boy them do. Because when I run put them and stop them. Any poor man and them picnic can get killed. Like when they do yesterday morning. The man I work him at the bulldozer driver. When I go to him workplace. Him say wife call him. The wife said she call him. Him call her. And said the police said, I kill the whole one in here. And she run go cast it near and I'll be a bad what she get and turn back. And she soon drive past. The man have 57, that's a big man. But when we are youth, when we call people, when them reach over 30 or 40, we say them are big people where are youth in the Bible. Much as if they 5 and 60 are big man that. Yeah? Let me tell you, if una police are when reach 57, when the retirement age very close. At 60. Right? That's all. 57, 35 and 60. So you know a big man that. And no cut him down. No just cut on him son in front of him, but no cut him down too. And say when I find 2 guns. One man will work. Remember the people that are working and them now rob. Work. Even Byron, if Pat. If you never youth where they get trouble and him leave that and start work, you're not going to workplace, you'll kill him, brother. It makes sense?
No.
Them can't no explanation, brother. The man them work there, one of them are security guard at the son. Him now that left him wife and some young small kids. My God, man. Remember, Andrew give them directive when not supposed to give nobody, you know. This is evil. It out of control. You don't need them. Them are kick people in them face. I just thought them shoot you. And with the guy Richard Stewart at the element, me tell him say this happen. Can him like the killing and the blood spill, you know. Remember, him can't run himself, you know. Him is a piece of shit. Just look how big and sour and nasty. Eh? And I put police. Me know him can't. He will shoot. But me I tell you. Yeah? Any day people head get mad and turn back to him. Him can't run for escape. Him too big and sour and nasty looking. Yeah? And then the fees, I remember you're a big man. They call the 57-year-old man a big man. I remember you soon have to come out of the force. Yeah? And that's why wickedness will never stop by around because the people them have to rise up against these things. If you, I believe in Moses' law. I mean, I stop saying it. Because when I play a thing that me a man and you a man and you get a work and you kill the people them and then we fall and just start and demonstrate too much of that shit. Yes? People will start get back 100-fold and you don't need to make a nice. This need to stop now. Yes? You see me as a man?
Oh, yes.
Yes, my brother.
Well, the conversation that I want to have, bless up melting pot, right?
Yeah, big up.
All right, the conversation that I want to have, right, as it relates to, you know, whether the policeman want to find 2 gun, 3 gun, 4 gun, 5 gun, or could even a house of guns. There is nowhere in the Constitution, nowhere, that tell a policeman that if you find someone with a gun, it means that you need to execute him. Nowhere. Right? And so then, what we are targeting tonight, we are targeting extrajudicial killing. And particular this killing in terms of the information that is coming out, where you have those persons, as it relates to the allegation, being bound behind them. Persons claim that they had seen the handcuff on these persons, right? Taken away from the scene of the crime. This is very serious. Very, very serious. What we are seeing is a culture where the police, right, who commit certain atrocities, also contaminating the scene. And I am glad that tonight we'll be joined by Isaac Buchanan, who will be joining us shortly, right? He told me 20 minutes, so Isaac Buchanan will be coming on shortly. So, I mean, we have to, right, try to have an understanding what is happening in terms of the government policy direction as it relates to, you know, the government verbatim, coming from Andrew Holness, coming from Horace Chang, coming from the Justice Minister, Directive, right? And even when we speak in clear terms, and even when we show videos of what appears to be extrajudicial killings, the Commissioner of Police, right, seems to be not comprehending what we are talking about. He's talking about shootout with the police. We are not talking about shootout with the police. We have never yet shown any video where shootout between police and gunmen. All the videos that we have shown, right, are videos where we have seen these men surrendered to the police and being killed. So whenever the Commissioner of Police, next time, let me say this to the Commissioner of Police, whenever you come out, speak directly, sir, to the videos that we are showing you, and we want to hear your comment. Don't deflect. Don't you dare deflect. When Orishang comes out, speak to what we are showing you and what we are sensitizing the public about. Andrew Holness needs to speak specifically to the line of our argument and what we are showing. We don't want to hear about, right, gunmen shooting at police or police shooting at gunmen. We are not talking about that. If gunmen shooting at police, then of course the police must respond lightly. The police has to respond likewise. The police has a moral duty to protect his life and protect citizens' life. They are here to protect, right, prevent, and serve. So the conversation has never been as it relates to shootout between policemen and gunmen. If anyone, right, who want to take up his or her gunman or gunwoman, and shoot at the police, they will have to understand that that situation has to be dealt with accordingly.
The member from St. Andrew South and then the member from St. Andrew Southwest.
Okay, continue now. Yes.
Yes. Right? So at no time, Commissioner, at no time, Minister of National Security, or the Prime Minister, or the Justice Minister, that we speak about gunmen right, and police in terms of shootout, and we are giving any form of, you know, rights to gunmen in that regards. We have never ever done that. We have never ever done that, right? From once someone pick up a gun, right, and shoot at the police, they have to understand that that is extremely serious, and they are going to pay the consequence of that, right? Whether the police is going to defend himself in terms of protecting his life, and so the end result may be your life being taken. We understand that. So that is not our line of discussion. We want to tell them no. That is not the line of our discussion. The line of our discussion is when policemen have persons in their custody and they end up dead because the police, men and women, decided to be judge, juror, and executioner. We have a criminal justice system. So then if the police catch someone with a firearm, it don't mean that the person must lose his life. That police cannot be judge and jury and executioner. Whether you want to find 2 guns, whether you want to find 3 guns, bless up Brother Isaac, right? Yes. Thank you to make it Titans. Whether you want to find
good night all.
And you know what? I am happy that we have one of our most powerful MP in the house. Remember, hold on, give me some time. Remember, big up my MP. You understand? Because as it relates to the level of work that Isaac Buchanan been doing, right? Isaac Buchanan is not one of the politicians that after him win, him don't know him constituency. Isaac Buchanan has not left his constituency as it relates to representation and as it relates to parliament representation, representing us, right? He has never yet failed us. We want to say thank you, Brother Isaac, for a wonderful job being done. And, you know, you deserve the pay, right? So far, well, so far, you understand, as a matter of fact, I will say it on this platform, all the PNP members of parliament, they really deserve their pay. You understand? I'm not so sure about the Jamaica Labour Party member of parliament. Let me say that categorically clear. So let me just go back to the line of argument, and we are going to show the video so that Isaac Buchanan can view it himself. And I would like to ask Isaac some questions in terms of after Isaac reviewed that video. So as I am saying, that whenever the policeman, right, or woman, right, catch someone with a firearm, it doesn't mean nowhere in the law tell that police officer to be judge, jury, and executioner. Nowhere. And if you catch a man with 1 gun, 2 gun, 3 gun, 4 gun, 5 gun, 6 gun, I want shipload a gun, I want see a gun. Nowhere in the Constitution that gives you such right to be judge, jury, and executioner. Let me get that out there clear. All right. Now, Lonesome,
yes,
please play the footage in terms of what we are talking about so that the lawyer can be guided.
All right, watch.
After 4 men were killed Wednesday morning in an alleged confrontation with police on a quarry, a father and son, Brian T.J. Fairclough and Brian T.J. Fairclough Jr. are among the deceased. Another man has been identified as Talis, while a name has not been ascertained for the 4th man. Fairclough Sr. is a tractor operator who works on the quarry where the shooting happened, and his son is a security guard at the same location. Details surrounding the incident are still unclear at this time, but our news team spoke to the older man's wife and stepdaughter, who accused the cops of killing the men without reason.
At 5 o'clock, me get a phone call, say police, they're on here. At the same time, me call me husband, 57-year-old. And when me call him, he turned to me and he said to me, say, The police them say they go shoot up the whole of them in there. And me say, alright, me they come. And when me run and come up here, so the police them run me like a dog and they tell me bad word and say, only thing up pass here, so a fire brigade. And so, and then turn me back and me I tell them, say, big man, I'm my husband. And me can't afford him to fatherless. You understand? Two pitney me a female, me and him legally married a big man. And when me look, by me reach back down there, so me a gunshot them and me ball out and hold me belly. And me turn up the devil a while and when me look, then carry them down in a van back with them and born behind them. 57-year-old. Wicked, they wicked, not tell me. And this I'm really vote for Andrew for. At that mood.
I'm a rewind right that's what doing. I'm after. I mean, on the hear it, on the listening to people. You what should I say so?
Them 57-year-old. Wicked, they wicked, not tell me. And this I'm really vote for Andrew for. At that mood, I want to know if at this how we have vote for in our country. All of this is police brutality. Them are wicked.
That break everything, you know, me, cause you know why? My stepfather no wicked, my stepbrother no wicked. The man is a tractor operator in the same quarry where they go kill him around there. He live around there for much years. I'm 55 now. And me live with them from me at 2 years old. From me at 2. Come. From me at 2 years old. My stepfather they take care of me. And for see boys them come kill him, feel away. What's like how me dey at school, me dey train for be soldier, me dey na JCCF. Much things me dey at school they try to just to come be part of the land. No, me just I give up all of that. I give up all of that, the dream there.
This hurtful though, you know.
All right.
Okay,
all right. Brother Isaac, right, once again, thanks to you know for your appearance.
Turn on your mic.
Huh?
Turn on your mic.
My mic?
Isaac. The mic.
I was looking for a PDF because I did a press release. I did a press release today, see?
Yes.
You know, so here's the reality. The government has taken a position that they're not using body cameras. We have been here before. Amnesty International in the past, during the Adams era, had to take away the visas from the family members of the JCF and their family members, and they were banned and they were put in line because of this type of policing. And it's like the more things change, the more it remains the same. I have been hard pressed to say, because some of these police officers are my clients now. It's difficult to differentiate between a young police officer who is defending himself from the ones who call themselves the untouchables, because 2 brothers were assassinated in Stairtown, St. Anne.
Yes.
The family are my clients now, and I can tell you they went in there and assassinated. And there's video footage of them saying, "We are the untouchables, go get a lawyer, we don't care." And that is from messaging, because I'm still in awe, because the Minister of Justice, and Constitutional Affairs misrepresents and misquotes the law and empowers the police officer and say that if a citizen is a suspected felon, police can execute them in the course of their duty. That's not the state of the law. And if you're practicing the courts, the current position in Jamaica is the use of force, deadly use of force, means that if you cannot justify less restrictive measures, demonstrably justifiable in a free and democratic society, you have committed murder. Unite the king against Clegg. Yeah, so police get no protection under the law. And what we're having is young police officers put on interdiction. Young police officers end up in prison, like the officer who assassinated Latoya Buju Baldwin, my client, a woman. And so I'm saying to the whole of Jamaica, it happens to the best of us. But even while this has happened, after 11 persons were murdered over the weekend, and I have a right to freedom of expression until it's adjudicated in the law. Yeah, until the presumption of innocence is cloaked and remains there if we're not having the body cameras and the evidence collected. No matter how much money you give IN14+H, you're giving police officers the ability to pretty much execute Jamaicans.
So
and I have the press release, but I'm saying the Honorable Justice Minister in his sectoral debate yesterday in Parliament, he said Jamaica does not have a human rights problem when the right to life is under attack, when there's public go on Amazon and purchase body cameras. Because every time you catch the police on camera, they're either abusing a corpse, because not only do they shoot them, they also assist them in unaliving them. Coincidence of the actus reus. So even if there's a shootout, there is a duty to preserve life. The right to life is not irreversible. So when you breach it, the Constitution says has been, is being, unlikely to be breached. The right to life is one of them where when a court declares it, the court has no remedy but to say it's a declaration, you murder the person, and then you go to the Minister of Justice who says, let's appeal the judgment. So when he says there's no human rights violations, I want the public to understand, and the diaspora conference is next week, Tuesday in Jamaica. These are questions your brothers and sisters, sons and daughters, nephews, family members are being executed in Jamaica. And on top of that, the state takes a position that if they have to, they leave you to the courts and you have to fight for your human rights all the way to the Privy Council. The Minister of Justice has also announced that the final court must be in Jamaica. So not only must the police be judge and executioner, everybody who's here must judge them here on the rock. No, in a developing country that has a human rights problem, they want to declare there's no human rights problem. They want to move from the Privy Council because the Privy Council embarrassed them and sent back the cartel case. Because many persons became king's counsels from it. Many persons were able to have career advancement when they tampered with evidence and when they did not do the right thing. So we must talk about it. There was a man, I just have to say this. There was a man called George Williams. The man literally get the national hero name. George Williams, God named George Williams. They lock him up for 50 years in Jamaica.
Yes.
I freed that man in 7 days. The minute I heard about him, I went to the prison. 7 days I freed him. Myself and John Clark sued the state. And a judge said, you know, we're going, this man, the judge basically said, we broke a lot of money, but when they take 50 years of the man's life, we're giving him $120 million. And the Ministry of Justice and the Attorney General, they gave directions to the state to appeal the order, to appeal the judgment. So after losing, they go and appeal it. And we're before the Court of Appeal right now, who had to give orders, even when the case law says, listen, they're going to have to pay more money, but the man don't get to spend $1. And he's been out from 2020. And we're in 2026. You let out a man at 70, and at 76, him don't get to spend $1 of compensation from the government, because the government is always fighting for poor people. And poor people are the black people. There's something about the Afro identity that when Haitians land in Jamaica, they send them back. They don't even find out the circumstances of human rights. So when you hear me talking, this is not no politics. There's a time for politics, because there are persons on the JLP side that know about human rights and in themselves, because of the political suppression, can't speak out and say, Justice Minister, you don't know the lived human experience because you're not black. They're not going around in Jamaica killing his type, his people. No. So I have to stand up for my people, because I just heard that lady a while ago and I'm hurt. She said she begged them. She said, don't leave my... She never even said, don't leave me manless. Because at my age, I can't look at next man. She said, don't take away my baby father. And she said, my husband. So this is a man that believes that Jamaica is a Christian society. He takes on a wife of himself and married through the church. And she then left her husbandless and fatherless to the children to start over the cycle again. I just want you to have an appreciation of what is going on. And 11 persons were unalived over the weekend. 11. On the 11th of June, just over the weekend, 11 people unalived, including the clip. But it's so much of them.
I'm going to play some of them tonight.
Yeah, all right.
Brother Isaac, I want to ask you something that, you know, as it relates to my observation, where that lady,
yes,
right, the deceased wife, stated that while the vehicle that contained the bodies were passing, she observed that their hands bound behind them. Now let us delve into that, Brother Isaac.
yes.
Right, in terms of what we can deduce from that.
Well, okay, go ahead. Because
yes.
I can tell you what I deduce.
Exactly. What
from her account.
Exactly.
She came there on time and she said, please don't murder. If you are going to murder, this is what she said, you know. If you are going to murder the youth, them. Yes. My husband is 57 years old. Please release him to me. And the response was the only thing I passed, a fire truck. Because them a light up the place.
They burn the place.
Yeah, them a burn it down. So it's no wonder thereafter. Just appreciate that. Yes. Them assassinate them, execute them. And observations of the people is that they're going to be bound. They're going to put them to kneel down. There's a case before the court right now. 6 police officers being prosecuted by one of the most experienced prosecutor, Miss Kathy Ann Pike. Oh. And she's getting a warm time in the court. But even a minister, the Minister of Agriculture is testifying because he and his family were traumatized because they assassinated these young men. What is the justification? And so we have to look at it and understand that this is happening. So I'm addressing the part that I am so offended to hear the Justice Minister stand in Parliament, puts on the record on the Hansard that Jamaica does not have a human rights problem when the right to life is being breached every day. And you see from them kill Bujo, but just tell you this, you see from them kill Bujo, me know say nobody is going to be spared. And all the people on the internet that is making it political and say yes, but I gotta tell you this, nothing never changed. Them can from Natty Morgan and Sandy can. Them as a wanted man they about and the highest, most gangster man in the world they about, and crime can't stop and crime can't done. But the state cannot meet violence and vigilante and just barbaric behavior and use it from an institution. We have to, and I'm going to tell you this, majority of the people in the Jamaica Constabulary Force, they're not miscreants. They're not wicked. So it is very disheartening because it increases the distrust and the tension in Jamaica. So much so that just yesterday, earthquake, the earth a shake and nobody now feel it. Earthquake and nobody don't feel it.
You know, Isaac, and next thing we see with that clip, you know, Mystic and Melting Pot, Isaac. That tell us that was not shootout. If that man could have called his wife and said, I'll kill we off, and she go and beg, or them police come and say, well, shootout and then recover gun. Can you imagine this man? That's his execution, you know.
No, let us not forget. Let us not forget that they had the white man come, them bring him out of retirement and come and say, wait, and look, wait until the evidence. I try sanitize. This is why I'm just making the cry for body cameras. Cause you can't bring nobody with talk pretty English for come go like them and give out information. And when me just have to talk as it is. A murder, when you murder people, you have to stop murder people. And I have nothing to say to the government because them get them mandate and them win them election. So them free for murder. You hear what she said? If I this me vote for Andrew first. So she's a proud Labourite. And third term loading. And she get third term worth of loading for go bury her husband now. And if our MP is good to her, he will give her a funeral grant.
Yeah, but
that's a one vote gone for them. But let me just make this absolutely clear. It is the police that I will continue to beg and say, youth man, then put you in the blue uniform. Don't make them remember the institution will last long after you. If them catch you on camera and catch you on video, your life will go done. And make sure say your family have $80 million for pay me. Because that's the only way me I going to defend you after you give up your life and give up your rights. That's all I have to say to them. Stop making them use you as foot soldiers because Beyonce said it. Don't you ever for a second get to thinking that you're irreplaceable. You're going to get replaced if them catch you.
All right.
Isaac, one thing more if you do, the more you raise the money when them police are come to achieve now 120, 130 million. Because it is a stronger signal. 80 mil, we know them can't reach it, but put the 150 or something for we.
They're not going to find it. They're not going to find it. And government, the thing about it, you see all of this right now, all of this extrajudicial killing.
Yes.
When you sue, because them have to pay Buju. Them have to pay Buju on them.
Yes.
But none of them are paid. And we taxpayers are going to pay it. And we are distracted by the fact that the Bank of Jamaica is saying that inflation gone a certain way, but them projecting, they don't put poor people in they don't project for poor people. Yeah? They don't talk about food inflation. We want to know about patty raise. We want to know about loving KFC and can't buy it no more because that's not in the budget. We want to know about hungry because all we do is working to pay for food. So a while ago in Mystic Sensation say, may I work for my salary. That salary they can't do. When them done beg me off on office hours in the constituency, that the money they can't help. And it will never be enough because the people of Jamaica are suffering. If it was not for the diaspora for sending the barrels to continue with the care packages, and if it's not that give me the tablets for the tablet drive, who's gonna pay for it? The parents them don't have the money. We are poor and we are broke. And people said, don't say that, don't include me. Yeah? And all when the zinc off at the top of them house, them say, I'm a Labourite, don't include me. My party is in power. And then when it reach them doorstep, because it's happening, it's not just the right to life, it's about everything. Housing a guan, and they must say you have to relocate, and everywhere across Jamaica you hear. And this me vote for Andrew for.
Me hear it enough. Me can play next.
I'm hearing it.
Me play next video for you.
Yes, man.
Right here. Just look at this one right here now. Look at this one. Look at this one. I have to play this. Look at this one.
Jesus Christ. God. I can't see nothing. But tell me if you like to do. Frankie, come out of us. Sir, make him come out. What do you mean for what? Frankie, come out of us. Jesus. Franklin! Jesus Christ!
Remember finish with the other one with them do know. Remember the sister video you know, and them they threaten him mother say them will come kill him. Them say and kill him. No, police not supposed to give a directive, right? Remember put the the follow-up video with that. And then we make answer to some question to this. Because we are looking at clear mirror there, so this is what the police them do right now. They might catch my video. Maybe follow that up ISAT. With took place right here. And at this talk, sit down and talking about a foolishness with. You eliminate black people out there, so not your race. Because them come and bungle up. Because show you that video. I want to show you that video. Yes? All right, this is it.
Black man killing black man.
Again, nobody not just because I look funny, boy. Never take it.
No, shoot out. Shoot out.
I said, God, no, I'm going to say, Franklin, you don't know. I'm going to say, Franklin, God, no, and they put it on him.
So it catch. May I show you one now, ISAT? I want to catch. You can see clearly. She said, come out of her house. The mother, they on TV, I said, them threaten him, And them take him in, them send him, them say them will kill him, the baby mother for go away. Them put out the baby mother outside, them hold him, the sister say, come out of the house, them say, free walk. I want walk, I want give him 4 shots. Right there on camera. No, none of these people get charged. But these cases, when you have it on camera, make the police, let me ask you a question. Do the police them still in a trouble internationally? Because it's a crime against humanity,
There's a call there. I'm glad you said that because again, there's a call. That's why them curse Jamaicans for justice and stand up for Jamaica and just human rights organization. That's why them curse me. When you look at the vitriol that them speak, because you have to speak up about it. But I'm telling you, when the right time come, and the international community intervenes, the very people is gonna say that them treating us bad. And I'm telling you, if you love your mother and your father and you have productive brothers and sisters, as a police officer, don't get caught in this human rights violation. It feel like Sudan, the extermination of the black race. I said this all the time, Every time, every youth you hear those women crying over, and I have no problem saying it, is Isaac Buchanan lost to Jamaica. The ability to rehabilitate, even if them bad. I'm saying this, the opportunity to become the best versions of yourself and to be able to have meaningful contribution to society. Yeah? Because it's God on time, there's something that God is doing and there's an interruption that's happening. And we have to look and treat Jamaicans like we are sacred. But on top of that, there are a lot of children that are affected by this. 17-year-old, 14-year-old, as far as 4 and 3. And that's the capitalizing on the human potential is lost by this kind of conduct. And when the international community intervene, you're going to watch, they're going to get the directive to lock them up and prosecute them. Don't be a martyr for the JCF young men. And for those who are gangsters that slip through the cracks and end up in the police force, it's going to come to your door. And your mother and your father going to bawl for you. So let us not do that. Because listen, you see, in America, we have clear distinctions between black and white. We just came out, I just watched and observed closely the trial of, Carmelo Anthony, I saw his name? Yeah? The young boy from Texas. And they have stand your ground laws. And he was given 35 years. This is a young man who, when he was not even 13, save a 6-year-old, made the news for valiant behavior, the ability to protect. There's a little bit more to it, but anytime you disrupt the nurturing and the growth of young people, that will be the detriment and fall of Jamaica. And a lot of the people that's crying out like that, check for yourself. They don't even have 15 years left on their capacity and ability to contribute to life. Without sounding like I'm discriminating, but old persons, and they use they had a movie Happy Feet where the old people was telling the young saying mustn't dance because something did wrong with dancing. They must step aside to allow young people to contribute and be a part of something. We must protect our youth. And so even if you feel them bad, the state has a duty to put the necessary intervention to preserve us, to make us better. And we're not having those conversations. And every time I see this, it's murder. But it's a rehashing of the post-traumatic slave syndrome, vagrancy laws, no rights, the dehumanizing behavior and the trauma. They renewed Zozo yesterday in Parliament, and I don't have no problem with Zozo. It's helping some of the communities. But a young man, his name is Ricardo Gale, Augustown, one of the first Zozos, JDF soldiers, not even police, they murdered the man, and he had mental illness. So these are human beings that came from families that have lives. Let me tell you, when Netflix start come down on Jamaica and do a series and put it on Netflix and it go #1, and the police are named and them redo reenactment and make millions from it, Jamaica go shame. I just hope them call me and Netflix give me some millions to do the narration. And I said, yes, they murdered them. Them is wicked. When I was in Parliament and I said, don't do it. Chucky, you don't lucky. Because you don't want to go down in history as a mystery. That's all I'm going to say.
All right. This one, because we have many to run through, because the lawyer there.
Run them, I'm talk. I don't mean for interrupt on the show, but this hurt, man.
The now deceased Jamar Farquharson opening the door to his dwelling in Cherry Tree Lane, Clarendon, minutes to 3 p.m. Monday, September 15. The concern for relatives is what happened before and or after this apparent surrender that would cause the 22-year-old mixologist to be killed by police. A request to the JCF for the official report on the fatal shooting has gone unanswered. But CCTV footage obtained by CVM News from 2:34 up to 3 p.m. gives us a timeline of the events. The first video was captured at 2:34 p.m. Jamar arrives home from work. His housemate who also works with him confirmed this with CVM News. He's eating a patty and makes his way upstairs to his room. At 2:38 p.m., he takes off his shirt and walked to his room. He stays there until 2:56 p.m. when he sees the police arrive at the gate. He runs with his phone to let them inside. He was home alone. This is where the plot develops. From this video, we know Jamar is outside. 2:57 to 2:58 p.m. Police enter and search the entire building. The cameras don't show it, but they force their way into 4 other rooms other than Jamar's. When we visited, we were shown the damage to each door. In fact, this door was badly damaged. No one else was there. Then they turned this camera sideways. But it continues recording on a cloud. They unplugged the internet at 3:31 p.m. But the camera downstairs continued recording before the police disconnected the internet and captured several of
so this kind of internet, people never stop turn at criminal act, continue.
The team members walking in and out, stopping and checking behind chairs, conversing with each other, even talking on the phone. In this video alone, we count at least 10 policemen and women in conversation while Jamar is outside. The last video was recorded at 3:31 p.m. The other tenant says the internet was
Jamar is still outside, After this time came in, go kill him.
Disconnected and his 3 cameras upstairs taken by police.
Oh.
He brought us to the room and showed us what appeared to be bullet holes in the wall where Jamar was reportedly shot. Bloodstains were still present. IN14+H has all the footage seen by CVM News and is investigating. The other tenant has since moved out in fear, telling CVM News the police have circled the area every day since the shooting. Residents staged a protest on Saturday demanding answers. Jamar's aunt, who raised him, also wants answers.
It don't take a rocket science to know that you have to have a search warrant. Whose name is on the search warrant?
Giovanni.
So this one now, Isaac, the search warrant where them have wrong place, him name never deposit him work a water commission, him a 22-year-old, never have nothing running law with no police or nothing, but them leave him outside, drop down the camera, call them the camera, and then them plot, come upstairs, shoot him, and then tell the whole country, and by extension the whole world, say this young man, 23 of them, you know, with rifle, you know. Said the young man, when them came upstairs, them cleared the house, nothing wasn't there. And him reached 38. When nobody named him, and then them shoot him.
I'm going to respond and make you know that right there is murder. That is concealing and covering up a crime scene. That is assassination. Remember, you know, we have in one case at least, where they know that a police officer was paid to assassinate 3 persons.
Yes.
Most embarrassing, and all the JCF has done is disassociate themselves from the one individual. But we have officers, they wear the balaclava mask. A lot of them is carrying vagina feelings. A lot of them are carrying that, and they're using the JCF to deal with cannot manage bond. So there are a lot of persons that we need to get with Miss Buchanan from Bellevue and get a lot of them assessed. Because if you can't manage bond, don't get a bond. And you see, it has gone very domestic, but I've had a case where a young man, his name was Needham, and his father had to chop the police, sweetest chop I ever seen in life, chop off the police hand. And them lock him up. And guess who was the lawyer? Obviously me. And we go to court. And we deal with the matter, and my client was found not guilty. But not even less than a year, the same police go down to Clarendon and murder somebody and get charged for murder. So they have the files of the people who are using the police force and the uniform to carry out duties. It's not a reflection on JCF, you know. But we must hear from our leaders that there are cracks in the system that they're trying to fix and why we need body cams. But the Prime Minister figure it out. So him retract his statements, and he has said that a nation, you can tell the progress of a nation and the human rights of a nation by how the police treat the human beings and how they deal with the dead and the corpse. So he figured it out and said by 3 years, but 3 years is a long time because them are going to kill too much people by then. So we have to look at it, and we as the international community, the diaspora is coming here on Tuesday, they're supposed to say, listen, we need to address the murders. The remittance is coming from there.
Yeah, but Isaac, I want to ask you a question as it relates to what you just said, that the Prime Minister had retracted, right, his previous policy stand. But since the Prime Minister retract, isn't that the Justice Minister double down?
If the Prime Minister, the Justice Minister double down?
Yes.
Of course he double down, but listen, he has doubled down.
Exactly.
But I'm going to tell you, and them said, not me, 1 p.m.
Yes.
So them having them issues and they must work it out. And not only the double down, I stood in Parliament and I watched for myself. The Justice Minister stood up and gave his sectorial debate. And the Honorable Marlene Malahoo Fort lost her husband, a most erudite judge. The Fort, very significant to the legal fraternity. If you know anything about Margaret Fort debate. And the minister did his presentation and he talked about judges and all of this and court system. Never paused and said, my condolences to my colleague. So there is division within that party, but I drink water and I drink pure water and mind my business. See the pure water. I listen to Justice Panton and he says, bring your own water, pure water. Anyway, and he never did it. It had to be the most erudite, Natalie, honorable Natalie Nita Garvey to get up and say, my sister, I feel your pain. You lost your husband.
Yes.
And so this is what I'm talking about, the absence of human rights, empathy, compassion, how people feel about loss. Because attached to the right to life is the breach of right to family life, privacy of the family home. You played the video and the lady said, please don't kill my husband. She has lost her family and the privacy of our family. She had to reveal to the public that I had 2 kids for a man and we are married. So don't think I'm just a baby mother that run out our house to say, don't kill my husband. But because she's not white and her name isn't Becky or Karen, the empathy is going to be lost on many persons because she's not a woman of wealth. She's not a woman of power. She's not a woman of means. So a man like the Justice Minister won't feel her pain. I will talk out, and they are going to hate me, and they are going to probably want to suppress me, and they are going to want to say, yo, he shouldn't be a lawyer, and I shouldn't be all of this. I hear it, but I have to speak up for my people, because when you hurt them, you're hurting my mother. When you kill Latoya Buju-Bulgan, it's my sister, my mother, my daughter, my family. You're killing them.
Yes.
You're killing black people. You're killing our children. The lived human experience is ours. So no other race can get up and talk for me when it comes to my issues. I stay out of issues that don't belong to me. So I am most hurt when I see the conflict because the security minister is of another race. The justice minister is of another race. The prime minister is my race. And we also are part of the big nose society. So we have to deal with that and keep conference and say, yo, we have to protect the big nose people. And him say, true. So him retract. But the other race, them now feel the retraction there because them say it's weakness. But it's not weakness. Empathy for the future of this country.
Yeah.
Good governance. And right now the justice minister is lacking it. I had a conversation with the security minister yesterday, and I can tell you, I genuinely believe that he understands the assignment, and I look forward to him taking a different approach. Because it don't look good internationally.
But that's something to your panel. You know, it's really bad, you know. We now go over this, you know, people, because when you have police, we're supposed to serve, protect, and reassure, and a citizen have to beg you. What taxpayers' money are pay? We're supposed to protect life, you know. These same people, she have to beg you, please, not kill my husband. And a gunman shall talk to you, know. Not a man, just think about this, no, brother. Brothers, when you have to turn to a police, law enforcement, and I beg them, please, not take my kids, them father life. And them I tell us, oh, good thing I pass, so you know, go pass and tell them about a fire truck, come and light up the place. You have to beg police, please. This wasn't a shootout. This is a massacre. This is bad. No, let me tell you, that's why I save all these footage, you know, brother. Because we know so them have to reach the international court. I mean, from them see these things. By the way, the Philippine former president came into power in 2016 and came out 2022. Him over there now, you know. Because him put a war against drugs and then him kill a lot of innocent people, eh? You understand? War against drugs and kill a lot of people. So him dead the aid right now. Him dead the aid from last year. So we know them are sending him because them have all the proof, and that's why we have gathered all the proof. Because Andrew forgot the aid too. And I'm going to play this part. I know you want to something, but I'm going to play this where Andrew said. And this, I go into the package. We have to send it to the international court too. Look at this.
How many times has the crime minister used this fear tactic? Warning, let's count.
Surrender. That is your best option. Face a judge. Otherwise, you will face your maker.
So those criminals who believe that they are operating in the same space are mistaken. And it is important that I warn them. Because when they get what is coming to them, and there are those who will cry out in sympathy for them, the society will know that I went to great lengths publicly to warn them. And I would encourage you to take my words seriously.
Take my words very seriously. They must either meet a judge or meet their maker.
Either they meet their maker or a judge. I encourage them to meet a judge. That means subject themselves to the rule of law.
It is not the JCF that you left 10 or 20 years ago.
It's not the JCF who left 10 and 20 years, so them turn killer now. And that thing saying, and by the way, no government minister, not even a police can get an ex-police directive to kill any citizen of that country. It's illegal. It's not there. Me I talk to a lawyer. Me show them that already in ISAT. Because the Prime Minister can't give no police directive to go kill a citizen of the country. That's a murder.
No, it's not only that. It is incitement. It is accessory before the fact.
Thank you.
It is a conspiracy.
Thank you.
And I'm telling you, the international court, one thing, the International Court of Justice can only mete out declarations. The teeth comes from sanctions. When the government of Jamaica, who was already sanctioned, and say you cannot kill with you can't use the death penalty. 1988 was the last time. So these extrajudicial killings, they're going to disassociate themselves from the foot soldiers that are carrying this out. But he has retracted that. So I'm not even going to, I'm not even, when I hear it, when people say all of that, I'm just going to say that his advisors never tell him what the law is. For instance, the Minister of Finance is at a podium and she don't know nothing about the law when it comes to what poker says. I'm just telling her something, but you know what? I'm going to yield because I want Melting Pot say something.
All right.
True Knicks win last night and come over here in a New York Yankee hat and don't like it. Say something, Mr. Pat.
Say something, Pat.
I lose half a Knicks last night, but now I bet again.
All right.
Good evening and welcome to the show, Mr. Buchanan. You know, first, I want to take the pleasure in congratulating you on a successful campaign that has given you the privilege to represent the people of East Portland. Now, I want to ask you from your perspective, yeah, as it relates to the people in charge of security in Jamaica, the Iraqis, yeah, what are your views in regards to how they really, you know, coincide with the day-to-day killing in Jamaica as it relates to them being in charge of security, you know? They are the one who's supposed to give, you know, directive order in terms of how to manage the JCF, not to kill the citizen, you know, to keep these young policemen in check, yeah, to make sure know that they understand the mandate as it relates to serve, protect, and reassure, and to also make the young officer them aware of the high statistical homicide rate that the state is committing at the moment.
They operate on something called the Pressy. It's a manual. They get debrief. They know. They have special ops. That's why they wear the balaclava. That's why they cover up the numbers. Sometimes you can't differentiate between when it's real police and fake police. You don't know the difference between Batman and police these days. What I will say is that they are running a death squad. It is clear. What they are saying is that the extrajudicial killings is closely related. There is a parallel line between extrajudicial killing and the murder rate. Murder is murder. The life of a Jamaican is the same. Every one of them is legal. If a bad man breaks the law, he goes through the justice system. And man, some of the time, I'm gonna tell you, when the people them where take up gun and murder people are the weakest set of people. Because when the bad man them take up gun and them go boy, shutters kind of thing and run. A fire run and a kill people, you kill baby. You're weak.
True.
You're weak. I go as far as say I love your love man, that's why you want to go grounds against man in a prison. And give up your right, give up your life. You use gun and you can't even buy a phone, but you have a gun that costs more than the iPhone. And then you don't name no food, but bullets could bullets. You're an idiot. And then you go rub your ears because you take order from people because you're not a leader, you're a follower. And then you live with regret for the years spent and you waste away in prison. So why would a police who have him subjects and in bright future, why isn't the government telling police officers, and I interface with a lot of them, bright young men who ought to be lawyers and women who are to be lawyers and engineers, technicians, medical doctors, but because them family don't have the money, then use the police force as an alternative because they don't want to sit idle. And they're not talking about investing, telling young people, listen, if you become a police at 20, by the time you spend your 5 years, yeah, we need to send you to law school because we want you to be a lawyer police so that you can write proper statements. So that when a lawyer boy go on like him want cross-examine you and twist you up and turn you in an idiot, you make him know, say, you know what Magna Carta is and you know due process and most importantly, you know the Constitution. So we have to improve the jurisprudence, but that's not happening. You know why? They are using, people who are not black are using statistics and they want the funding and they want to push the paperwork because if you're bringing down murders, you're worried about the statistics and you have Zozos and you're spending millions of dollars to suppress crime, you're not solving crime. Jamaica is a high crime society and the Minister of National Security said it yesterday. We're at 64 per 100 murders. We need to get it down to less than 10 to come out of the highest crime society. 10 per 100,000. And right now the police force by themselves is keeping the high crime society figure. You know, sister, we are some idiot. The whole of we are some idiot. All me every day, me a ball out. Every day, me sit down and I'm tired. Me go court all day. I have to run my TikTok. I have to follow Rosalie because she's there in Mexico with Akeem. I have to dip on TikTok with my brother and my niece and my whole family. We have to do this sometime. We have many other things to do. And you have to stop a right press release because the government are incite the youth them to murder people, to kill people, to unalive people. Whichever one you can use on YouTube. It has to be wrong. But I didn't want to miss this point. The Minister of Finance, after a lawyer, a woman who has practiced in law, I've seen her in court. Now I'm gonna call her name. A man is traveling to Jamaica for his birthday from the Bahamas. He has $8,000 with him. Customs stop him. Take the money and say you have to tell us where you get it from. The farm itself tell everybody, so when you're traveling, don't travel with more than $10,000. But Jamaica now have the poker legislation, and under section 55, it say that if you have more than 100,000 Jamaican dollar, that's more than $600, the customs can seize the money and start an investigation. Then you got to get lawyer for say, yo, give me back the money. But because this discretion, this overwhelming power given to the police and customs under section 75, they seize money, little bit of money, you know. Total disrespect to people. One time when we used to go Western Union and my brother used to send me money. This is how I made it broke and just get deported. And every month you go to the Western Union and Zambo send me the little money. I'm going to go up to the counter and the people them know me and say, who send you the money? I'm a brother. His name Sambo Buchanan, me name Isaac Buchanan. And every time them ask me where the money for when me in a school, and they know, and you give the same answers. The discretion to have the human experience and have a certain level of understanding. The police is not doing that. It's embarrassing, it's dehumanizing, and more time when people ask you, when them your privacy rights, your constitutional rights. Now, which police can ask me where me get money from? Where ask me where me get money from, and me are not thief. Hard-working people. You see me come I come from a plane and you gonna style me. I'm not in violation of the custom form. I don't have over 10,000 US dollars. And you're gonna say you look suspicious because you look like you can't make no money.
All right,
no.
But Isaac, hold on,
yes.
I want to ask you something because I don't want to.
Go ahead. I just had to put that in there that even the finance minister don't know the law and is inciting people and encouraging the police to continue to take away money from people when money is so hard to come by.
Exactly.
Then you wonder, go ahead.
Yeah, so let me just extend on that because that has some what I call ripple effect, right? Because while they are, I don't know the reasons as to why they are drafting that policy position, but isn't that
money laundering is the reason?
Okay, but isn't that going to have a law? Isn't that going to have a negative impact on remittance?
It is. It is going to have a negative impact. That's why I'm saying there is governance. Listen, hear me to me. Let me understand. Let me make you know something. If all the people in Jamaica were independent and self-sufficient, a lot of politicians would not be in Jamaica House. There is a conspiracy to keep people poor so people can show off and say 30,000 people vote for me. Me are the done of all dons because me are the government and I take care of them. There's nothing like the identifier of human dignity is the ability to go to the supermarket and buy your own food. Nothing worse than when me have to say to my brother, Zambo, send me money so I can go buy some food. And then when we go, that's why I raise it. And then you have to go to these remittance places for them to ask you where the money come from. Because the government is busy regulating scammers and regulating all of that. But the majority of Jamaicans are hardworking. Majority of Jamaicans are barrel kids. Our families, they are foreign. And when Christmas come, we get Irish Spring soap well before Melissa. I still don't know what to do with Gloria evaporated milk and them things that come on my yard from my granny was alive. Them dead, and when Uno dead, I say send me a barrel. I could have bet any money you're not gonna put Gloria evaporated milk in there. Don't ask why we do it. So we have a culture and we have a reality. And they are impeding in that. So much so I saw some, I don't know how I see it, but a man saying 270,000 US dollars was in Irish Spring. So we understand what's going on, but we have to balance. That's all I'm going to say.
Isaac, this guy came out, bought the same $100, and then Mrs. Some million, Andrew always have some million come out and attack the liar. She had to lie because the 10,000, the liar came out. She come from Ministry of Finance and she do a video. I show that video. Supposed to have it here. But this guy from over custom came out here where him say yes, sir.
As it relates to the minimum of $100,000, that is a threshold from which the law, the legislation made it for you to start. So if you have, and to date, let me hasten to say to date, the Jamaica Customs Agency have never seized $1,000 US or $2,000 US, which is more than 100,000 Jamaican dollars. We have never seized that amount or that below that amount of money. The Jamaica Customs Agency knows that majority of passengers traveling are legitimate, hardworking people, both local and persons from overseas. They are hardworking, but we have to be mindful that among the hardworking Jamaican people, there are those who try to circumvent the system. We have transnational crime, we have scamming, and the list goes on.
So this guy came out and they more about the lawyer, because I have the video, I can show it. Because she'll come from our Ministry of Finance.
Let me just say something controversial now and then might go down a JLC with this.
Yeah.
I'm going to defend my lawyer friend, Dion S. Miller. I mean, Esquire. One, she's a lawyer. I'm offended that the Minister of Finance is going to say a video with someone purporting to be a lawyer. It's disrespectful. When people go to school and get them accolades, like me, me as a lawyer, you can put dunce, you can put idiot, you can put criminal, any adjective you want to put before it, I don't care. I'm still a lawyer. Same for my colleague. I listened to what my colleague said, and I'm giving you the sections. Section 55 of the poker legislation, go and look it up. It says that it defines $100,000 as a starting point. And she said that they use that to circumvent the $10,000 that is the threshold amount on the customs form.
Yes.
Now, I don't know who that is that you just played, but that's a misrepresentation of what my colleague said. Language is important and context matters. I'm telling you on this show that the gentleman came in from the Bahamas and he had $8,000+, and they seized it because the starting point is 100,000. It is the discretion of the customs officer under section 75, and they used the poker legislation and seized the man money. The lawyer had to go to Kingston at FID to collect the money. Yes. And she's informing the public, and this man is saying we have never seized 2,000. It wasn't 2, it was 8,000+. The man came here to enjoy his vacation and he had to present documents from his construction company in the Bahamas. So I know the facts. So when they speak from a place of not facts, because I can tell you, if you is Miss Matty's daughter or Miss Matty's son, and you come in, and if you is the daughter and you don't have the sense to say when me did go over foreign, yeah, me back it up and me get my money. I was a stripper in foreign. Allow me. And you don't have, when you not tell them that for dip up under them have a problem. Yeah? So you go far and go work your money, you're not on any wanted list, and them will say you look suspicious. You know why? Because them no feel say you could have gone foreign. And that is it. Jamaica have a problem where they discriminate against people and they profile people. And I can say that even now today, when I am not in jacket and tie, and them see you in a hype car, police drive you down and want to shoot up the car because them think you are just chewed recently these days. Them say them know who me is now. But outside of that, they have a problem, especially when you have rasta upon your head, especially if your skin too black, especially if your skin supposed to black and you decide so you want to bleach it. You don't have the freedom to do what you want with yourself. And that is a problem in a democratic society.
All right, make up play next video. And next video I said, because we're not come out for them yet. We are continue with them tonight.
Oh, yes.
The further of our black society, the black men there. Right? Look here, young black men.
9 a.m., Pineapple Lane, Bogwalk, St. Catherine. The last time Romario Sterling was seen alive. In this CCTV video, the police are seen talking to the man who was seemingly instructed to kneel. He was taken outside his premises, and then the sound of a gunshot. It's unclear how many members of the security forces were at the scene, but we observed them milling around. By this time, Romario Sterling laid lifeless on the ground. The police report on the incident last Thursday stated that the shooting happened at 8:20 p.m.
That's not what happened. They came here in the morning. They had him here. They can see the video. The time span on the video says 7:49. already had him here with him hand on him head.
Unfortunately, AM or PM?
AM.
It also stated that the deceased man was shot during a confrontation.
No gunshot no come through the zinc. So if him in here, so I shoot after them. Them supposed to stand out the door and shoot after him in here. Right?
The report further said the cops seized a 9mm pistol with a magazine containing 8 rounds. Romario's relatives are incensed.
You pretend the man with him hand on him head. So many so many man pretend one man, you know, and he have his hand on his head. I imagine you stoop him down on his knee. By the evidence is there where we see your hand on him shoulder, push him down on him knee. Oh my God. And you look at me and tell me, say, I no baby that you kill. No baby that you take a candy from.
Of concern is the police report on the incident. The family is also questioning why their relative was killed in such a manner.
I imagine, you know, you go at the house, and you knock on the door, and you open the door, right? And surrender to you.
A relative who lives where the incident occurred says the lawmen also entered the house using a flashlight because inside is poorly lit.
On the other video inside, you can literally hear when they come and knock the door. I have that video on the phone. They knock the door, and when you open, you see the flashlight flashing.
There are no bullet holes or other signs, he says, of a raging gun battle. As for the deceased man's father, he's distraught. He says his son has been living in the area for more than 3 years and insists he has not had any run-ins with the law.
Teacher will tell us I cheer my son sit down at school. Nobody reputation for no school. So my son a fight nor nothing. My son go to school till him graduate.
When contacted, the police insist the incident happened in the night and maintain
this was a shootout in Isaac. See the clue there now. You see him? Them put him down. Look here.
that they were acting in self-defense. IN14+H is investigating.
Under that right here, Isaac. So IN14+H investigating. Them have him put up a man, but the host not look savvy, but the people them did have camera. And the man can never know. So
I must tell you, we're looking for some self-edification and some closure and satisfaction. I murdered the whole of them. Let me tell you something. I had a client, Sudan Downer. I'm calling his name. He's my client. Young man, and he had about 7 cases, all of them manufactured. And as long as I was a lawyer, he was my client. And he had 1 case left after beating about 7 of them before the court. And the young man, we are to go back to court on the 9th of March. And I see him on the news, say him wanted. And he was on bail. And they went into St. Anne where he was reporting, saw him at the police station, follow him home the night and murder him. They murdered him because his girlfriend was there and then tell her to go outside and put bullets. And they tried to say that he was on the wanted list and he was scam and all of that. Lies. He was before the court and a judge gave him bail. Competent jurisdiction gave him bail. And another judge was going to throw out the case. So I just want people to appreciate that they do this to the sons and daughters of Jamaica. It's not by habit. Right now, I have a young man. Well, he's not so young anymore because at least 10 years of his life, they kept locking him up. When I became him lawyer, them charge him for everything under the book. And now Justice Sykes is doing the cases and they don't have no evidence. Them winning cases, trials start, waste of taxpayers' money because they're using the legal system to if they're not executing, they're detaining. If it's not life, it's liberty. They do it deliberately. And we have to stop as a nation and say, is this how we want to live? Because community policing is the only solution to bring down crime. inclusion, empower the citizens of the country to exercise compassion and empathy, restorative justice, child diversion when it is children, start treating Jamaican children as if they're white. Treat them like their names are Timothy and they go to Toys R Us at Christmas time, and when they don't get PlayStations, they say, Mom! Treat them, because that's the only way to describe what humanity is like. And we're far removed from it. Yeah? And so we have taken on an animal farm approach, and we're worse than the slave master them. Worse than them. And nobody not watching us and regulating us. I would never want to wake up in Jamaica and our final court is in Jamaica. Yeah, man? Where would we be appealing to? You might mute. Unmute your mic.
You know what the government not thinking about? Them think them are in a government position all the time. Remember, the shoe is gonna change on the other foot. Not care what them think. So when them come and then the same whip, you come and whip them. The same whip. What them are use will come and whip them and them kids and them followers. You understand? So them have to stop.
Under PMP government, extrajudicial killings could never happen.
But you know, like the whip, yes, the same like them use against the ghetto youth. Remember, you know, a PMP government come in, but we are dealing with land order. If we no business, who for you break the law?
Yeah, nobody is above the law. That is so.
Thank you. And who break the law before and think them get where? Well, it's not a shackle, right? Isaac?
Right, you're right. They remember, you know, one of the reasons why so enough people free is because them is the law. Yeah?
So, Mr. Buchanan, I want to, you know, use a comparison measurement in terms of population and statistic as it relates to homicide being committed by the state. Now we know that America have over 330 million people. And I will also include the United Kingdom, close to 70 million. But we don't see the level of, you know, murder being committed by the state. Now, in your assessment, I know you know about first world country and how they govern. They have certain stringent deterrent factor that will, you know, make these personnel that, you know, represent the security side of things more accountable. You think that is the problem in Jamaica based on the lack of prosecution in regards to these servicemen who are seen on video committing, you know, state murder?
No, I'm going to say this. The learned DPP did get the file and make a ruling in relation to the Buju case. And they make rulings all the time. And when they make the rulings, the matters go before juries, and jurors are going to do what they have to do. What we're talking about is due process. And in first world countries, it's difficult to make the comparisons because, as again, like I said, where due process is concerned, ICE went and killed somebody who wasn't even an immigrant. And there are mishaps. America went through the George Floyd and many persons and people had to be saying Black Lives Matters because every now and then society they go on a tangent. So there's no society that can self-regulate because they do bad things and the concept of human rights is protection of the least among us and minority groups more than anybody because there is not enough of them to ball out and protect themselves. The only reason why it's bad in Jamaica is because we are the majority. The minority in this country is the elite. And then some of the elite are black people who feel that money makes them like P. Diddy and R. Kelly till them catch them. And when them get them and them realize now, so them experiencing the blackness, they want bail immediately because they don't want to go into the dirty prisons and they don't want to have the experiences. And they circumvent due process. And you see it all the time, you know. Apart from myself, who is a public figure, when the people them commit them crime, the state media say a businessman and withheld him name. Make up me and my dirty foot friend them just want to hear say Aki drop off of the tree and me did dead and them say I saw okay and them dirty foot friend them and name them one by one and all when nothing no go so and then media kiss them teeth them now retract because them not care. So think about that and that's the you melting pot. Jamaica is in a bad state for human rights, human dignity, respect for black people. More than that, only time them respect poor people is when them give them the green shirt and the orange shirt them on the election time and them feed them KFC and make them diabetes take them up KFC and Pepsi and soda. Yeah? And then as election done, them barely can get a voucher for go get like a KFC for free. Them have to go work and buy that for themselves.
You're right. And that
all right.
Before you say something there, Mystic, my son, they put up on par. Are we enjoying that in people? So every Wednesday we put up on par, be an artist, be a things. We know if we're not subscribe to that, to the know, say, are we enjoying that? But tell me what, just tell me now, so stranger call us pass, you know. Condolences to the whole family. I know stranger call. My father and tell my son, I'm here already. The great stranger call us pass off, you know.
Okay. My condolences. My condolences.
Yes.
Brother Isaac.
Yes.
So I can
yes.
Lonesome?
Yes.
Okay. Brother Isaac, I want to ask you, right, a very fundamental question. But let me just say to you that you don't have to answer if you feel that the question is going to put you into an uncomfortable position. So let me say that to you. You don't have to answer.
I plead the fifth.
Okay.
All right, go on. Y'all set me up.
Okay. All right. Let me begin in saying that the DPP has the ultimate prosecutorial power. The Constitution, right, had given the DPP that power to initiate an investigation, right, and also start and close a case. The Constitution had given her that power. We know that the Prime Minister, as it relates to due process, let me put that, there are some investigations that, you know, going on with the Prime Minister as it relates to report at the FID, right? The TAJ, Tax Administration of Jamaica. However, as it relates to that dark cloud that hung over the Prime Minister for such a protracted period, such a long time, it going, you know, for the better part of it, going over 4 years into 5 years. The Prime Minister statutory declaration cannot be certified. So then, Brother Isaac, we look on due process as it relates to the length of time, but we also looking on justice delayed, justice denied. So what I'm going to ask, you know, is to go in between and we create a balance. Because the Prime Minister cannot be wearing this nasty hat and believe that, okay, due process being overly used, to me now, seems to be delaying tactics. And so then people want clarity. People want to know that, okay, the man at the political helm, right, doesn't have dark cloud, and people want to know that, okay, the money in the treasury is safe and secure because that person who is running that or administering that is honest. Let me ask, as a result of this dark cloud over the Prime Minister head and the position of the DPP, do you believe, Isa, that the DPP can strike a balance in terms of give the Prime Minister an ultimatum as it relates to his statutory declaration?
I can answer that. I can answer that easily.
Okay.
Easily. Now, two things. Let me start by saying this. No one should be upset because the Prime Minister, a son of this country, has exercised his due process rights. He, like all of my dirty foot friend them and myself, is cloaked in the presumption of innocence. There are many persons that are upset because he uses the court and he uses the very instrument that is the boss of this country called Jamaica, which is the Constitution. Just like how it is working for him, all I can say it should work for everybody. What I can tell you, see, Mystic Sensation, it worked for me. For the last 6 years, I've had a cloud over my head in relation to the then learned DPP for saying that she was shady and dodgy and acting as an author of delay. And they took me to the JLC and not one black person was on the panel when they found me guilty for saying me chat too much. And I used the due process and my constitutional rights and I used the appellate process. And I was vindicated just this year. Yes? It may very well be that because due process, and when you said this dark cloud over the Prime Minister's head, I hold no brief for the Prime Minister. I am not defending the Prime Minister. I am defending constitutional rights and its use, no matter how people feel about it. Just as how the Constitution allows for the Speaker of the House to be there, and people say morally she shouldn't be the Speaker of the House because she's the wife. Once the Constitution allows it, the side talk don't mean anything. And I will remind you again that if people were concerned about the very thing you spoke of, that is corruption, Jamaican people don't worry about corruption, because right now, if you say drinks free between 9 to 5, you have man outside still a jump the fence and I give the security guard a little money for break the very rules that don't apply to them. Corruption is embedded in the DNA of the society because everybody wants a little thing. Yeah? And I'm making that clear because it is embarrassing to say that in Jamaica, if that were a problem, the government of Jamaica would be a different Jamaica. The man got his mandate from September 3rd. And the man was able to put in NARA. You think PNP could have stopped NARA? About 22 amendments we put in a NARA. Because it can't stop, so we might as well do the best we can. So people need to understand the workings and say, listen, if this is what you accept, and we're going to hear it for the rest of for the remaining term. People are going to say, this my vote for. Yeah, that you vote for. You vote for corruption. You vote for disenfranchisement. You vote for breaches of constitutional rights. You vote for the stepping order so the Prime Minister can step in on your head. You vote for all of that. So when NARA passed, the first thing I say is, hear me, Mr. Prime Minister. You see when the House of Parliament bill, I want to make sure some cheer big. And I want to make sure some have one stand on my seat for my TikTok, for my phone go so I can go live. I want to make sure so I press the button soft so I don't get carpal tunnel syndrome. I want my mic crisp. I want to be up there with the elite them and make sure so me alright, because Parliament and the elite are going nice before people get roof on the top of them head. And you might get a trailer house if you're lucky. But we, the the government and the parliament were going to live in luxury. And while you're at it, Mr. Prime Minister, raise my salary 3 more times. I try to take home $40 million a month. Yeah, because so them do it. Because the elite only business with themselves. So right now, I'm just happen to be there. We don't worry about the wrong thing. Because September 3rd, the whole of Jamaica go vote for the Labour right them.
No, people, I don't want to. Look, you have to understand ISAT, you know, people.
Look, they will cost me.
Look,
someone said, are you serious, ISAT?
Understand ISAT. We understand ISAT.
Okay.
Right?
So let me retract. I see the comments, them coming for me. I want to be able to go to court tomorrow.
Yeah. But that's what I have to tell them. Say, them need to understand ISAT. Please.
Yeah, I'm saying people have to understand if corruption matters to you, it is a high ticket item. It didn't matter in the last election. If integrity matters to you, it did not matter in the last election. And public education is important. What I can say is for the people of Portland Eastern, their constitutional rights matter to them. I ran a campaign that say protect your rights, land rights, constitutional rights, yeah, and God on time, because you can't live without God. See, them put it, them somebody type it.
Yes.
So the people of Jamaica must wake up. You can't make people look for you and give $5,000 and then say, go from my office.
ISAT.
Yeah.
I saw you do a great thing, you know, me applaud you because back then them have wood valves, the female wood valves. And she, you know, she will give you a bag of feed and everything and all kind of thing. But we see in the office the other day, and you are set up for the people, them and make sure them get them land with them title and thing. And by the way, you do a free service. Whether costs so much millions, they can give a 200 million worth of service fee to them.
No, and you know the good thing about it, they appreciate it. We're doing hospital beds, more beds to come, beds on the way from foreigner come. We beg hospital beds and I get it. Because I know, like I said, it's my people. I am them, they are me. I know the experience, me no more than them. And so them can call my phone and I will answer. I don't change. My humility never gonna change. But people have to understand that it's public education. So we can what you guys are doing, which is why unless you run me, I would be here the whole night. Because I'm just saying what you guys are doing are important to the preservation of human rights in Jamaica. When we have conversation, it is. The people will understand that years from now that the revolution will not be televised, but it will be on internet, StreamYard and YouTube and Facebook. Let's say it's a good day. We can no longer trust state media because a government owns state media. And people want national honors and awards and accolades. But we're talking about the least among us. Everybody must own a piece of the rock. Everybody. If the people of Portland, if all of them are right, guess what? Me can take up my phone and say, beg you $5,000. It's so much easier to be able to beg 5,000 people than 5,000 people beg you. And that is what it is, because money has no value. The value of Jamaica is the people. And as long as we understand that, we have to publicly educate, public education. And I will say this too, no. I feel like you're never gonna hear me bash Andrew Holness. You're never gonna hear me bash the government. I don't have to bash them because the people vote for them. What I will do is say, I told you so. Because if you want better and you respect yourself, remember that I ball out human rights and I demonstrate and fight. I can show you, just like how you show the files, I can show you media articles, sometimes 48, 50 of them, about my legal reputation and what they did because they didn't want Vibes Cartel to be free. As a young attorney, I didn't know it was so important to them. But lo and behold, when he was free, the first person in picture with him was Babsy and Vaz. But they spent millions of dollars and sent the DPP to the Privy Council to keep him in prison.
Hypocrisy.
Yeah, it's hypocrisy because when you can't beat them, they join up and fight. But you say I stand alone, God and time, I know I have to worry about nothing. I not war with nobody. I just making sure say the people of Portland, all right. I respect everybody in the diaspora. We continue to send me the barrel them. We gonna be all right. So if government want to sabotage me, if them want to give me a road, me I make sure that the people them get what them get. That's why you're gonna see me in Canada next week. Me, I go where the people are that worry about the people in Jamaica because I want to say, come home.
All right.
They wasn't saying it in Africa. They wasn't saying, come home. They left us over here and don't go elsewhere. I want to say, Jamaicans, come home. This is for you. This is for us. Your investment is you. I tired of having conversations about beach access and Blue Lagoon and rich people and warm black people swimming at the same water as them. What are we, man? Martin Luther King dead long time and I'm here talking about I have a dream that one day Portland can go and swim in Blue Lagoon access free. That little boys and little girls can swim with the tourists from 9 o'clock to 5 o'clock right here in Portland in the Blue Lagoon. I can't believe I'm sounding like that. It's most embarrassing. And so I'm answering your question, but one thing I will tell you, as long as the Constitution.
I got it, Isa.
All right.
I'm guiding the chat. You understand in that regards. I got it.
Make a put up this. Make a year mark when and send it on the 11th. And the thing but it makes the Makia back. Is Zozo?
Zozo was extended yesterday.
The member
for another
from
6
St.
months.
Andrew South and then the member from St. Andrew Southwest.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. We have consistently given a no objection to the renewals of these zones of special operations. They used to come on 60-day intervals, I think. The law was amended, now they're coming at 6 monthly intervals. And what I would say is this: it's not obvious to many people that they really serve any continuing useful purpose. I mean, when I go through Augustown, when I go through Denham Town, I don't pass through, man. When may I check you? There's very little to show for it in terms of any saturated military or law enforcement presence. There's usually just a little checkpoint where somebody is stationed. You're looking forlorn, usually. And that point really is we're extending this for another 6 months. These areas will be under the special legal regime that the Zozo legislation creates, which is a legal regime which has elements to it which are reduced rights or increased law enforcement powers, which is really the corollary of each other, in a way that most of Jamaica doesn't experience currently. So I'm hesitant, Minister, to just continue sort of in a fairly mechanistic way to just say, yes, continue. As you've said, I mean, some of these zones are approaching a decade now. And, we're all happy that the focused deterrence strategy of policing has achieved significant reductions in major crimes and murders. I don't think you can attribute that to the Zozos, because there are many, many parts of Jamaica where the murder rates were extremely high and have benefited from the overall reduction. And there continue to be, from time to time, flare-ups of violence in the Zozo areas. So it's a bit of a mixed bag. But in the interest of consensus as much as being achieved as much as possible around issues to do with the fight against serious crime, we want to be supportive, and we have been. We've only differed fundamentally on the use of states of emergency, which are no longer being used, and we're pleased for that. And the results of the new strategies speak for themselves. We're pleased with that. So what I would say, Minister, is that I'm hoping that you will come with a ministerial statement as opposed to, a statement like this, which we appreciate, but a ministerial statement when the House is full and we can have a proper discussion around it as to what is the real future for this particular mechanism. You've indicated you're looking to transition to something a bit different, which I welcome that, and you're doing some database analysis as to how they've worked over the time that you've deployed them, which is also very good, and we're looking forward to seeing the results of that. So, we're not going to oppose this today, but I would just say to you that I'm personally skeptical as to the continuing usefulness of the zones in these communities. There may be, hopefully won't be, but who knows, in the future there may be the need to deploy this mechanism from time to time where there's a problem. Hopefully that won't happen, but as it stands today, I don't think the continuing use of this is the right approach. I do think that interventions to strengthen communities along the lines of Project STAR, in the past we had Unite for Change, those types of things do have an important role to play to provide hope, provide opportunities for self-advancement, to uplift the dignity of communities and so on. And we would support any initiative moving in that general direction, I think. So, Minister, I hope that we will hear from you soon, again, on where you plan to take these communities and when we can expect to see the Zone of Special Operations mechanism withdrawn from these communities and something more comprehensive, perhaps island-wide in areas which need that kind of care and attention being rolled out to the benefit of the residents of those communities that need that. So you have our support again today, Minister. I would just close by saying what has happened in the last 24 hours plus with 11 police fatal shootings is a concern to us. You know our position that we support the body-worn cameras being deployed on special operations. We think this is an important thing to ensure that Jamaica can have confidence that the rule of law is being scrupulously followed by our law enforcement officers. And the metrics where you have a situation like 11 citizens killed by agents of the state in such a short space of time, that is a concern. I can't make any comment on the specifics of those incidents, but just the statistical side of it is concerning. And I think that we need to find ways of providing an assurance of accountability for the use of extreme force, deadly force, by the police. And I think the society is increasingly perturbed that we're seeing this elevated level of police fatal shootings and nothing really apparently in place to assure accountability around it. IN14+H isn't really generating, they have so much work on their plate now, they must have so much, the volume of investigations that would be in their portfolio has grown tremendously as a result of the increase in police fatal shootings. So, it's a long period of time before families and a community get the benefit of hearing what IN14+H's investigation produced. In the meantime, people are feeling extremely vulnerable and very concerned. And that's not a good thing, because the force is there to serve and protect, and they're doing a wonderful job for the most part. But there are these things happening which are not good, and we would like to see something done to address that. And as Minister of National Security, I'd ask you to, I know that must exercise your mind a lot, but because it's a very thorny issue, but I'm hoping we can find some way of changing the paradigm a bit and restoring a sense of the primacy of the rule of law in how we police our population. I think it's very important. Thank you.
All right. So that killing there, I'm gonna back it up with this now.
When you get a chance, you know why you transition. I put a video there. I don't know if you can get to play it, but I wanted to show them. It's right there. I put it in there. I think you would have to approve it. It's a video file.
Let me see it.
The same place where you let me.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. And my hope, Madam Speaker, is that I won't have to seek your protection just to make a point. So I will start humbly by saying, in response to the member from.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. And my hope, Madam Speaker, is that I won't have to seek your protection just to make a point. So I will start humbly by saying, in response to the member from, I don't want to say Denham Town, but West Kingston. I will say humbly that to be clear, I don't think at this point there's any objection to the extension. So anything I say is not in objection, but observations that need to be taken into consideration. I would start by saying that I think we can appreciate that with the greatest efforts from the government, Jamaica is still straddling the fence of being a high crime society, and there's great work. The aspect of human rights is why I rise. I will say that I looked at the Augustown report, and what was missing was something profound. Because while it is that we congratulate the security forces, we appreciate the hard work that they do, when it comes to the right to life, there are just some mishaps that take place that brings distrust within the entire society. For instance, it was only, I want to, if I say correctly, I don't want to misquote, but the date would have been August 27th, thereabout, where a mentally ill young man was unalived, not by the JCF, but from running into the tent, and then there was some altercation with members of the JDF. Now, this was at a Zozo tent. None of that forms a part of the report, and it took place during the timeline. This is significant because what I will say is that what is taking place, certainly from the program, is that there is progress and development within the communities. What it cannot be is to remain as training wheels. If you think of a tricycle, those two, if I'm right, or a bicycle with the two training wheels, is that there has to be a definitive period. There has to be some form of signpost to say that we're ending programs here, because what it seems, or what appears to be, is a reward in some spaces for good behavior in places that are bad, when bad behavior is taking place across the entire Jamaica in areas that there's no answer for. So one cannot, it cannot appear to be a stopgap or an unending fix to a problem which is a crime problem that must be solved by increasing investigation capacity. The Jamaica Eye, I hear all this stuff about JPS and better lighting and all of that. Nobody is objecting to that. But when we speak about body cameras, when we speak about investigation, and when we think of the right to life, it leaves a very bitter taste in our mouth, Madam Speaker, to not be able to genuinely answer to problems of an attack on the right to life. There is also the aspect of freedom of movement. It seems as if when communities are policed, It restricts freedom of movement in such a way, and there are other domestic issues that become unresolved. That's missing from all the reports which I have read. I'm not trying to start any controversy, but I did hear the member from West Kingston say about the relationships between the police force and the community. Well, when you have files on your desk for child support, when you have files on your desk for domestic violence resulting from baby mama drama, which would have come from members of the police force taking away the baby mother of another man and all of that, it becomes drama. Here, listen, respectfully, it becomes problematic because it also forms a part of domestic violence, which is not something that's properly reported. Violence against women is something that is serious, and it's something that it has to form a part of the report, because while we make solutions in one space, we are creating problems, and that's where distrust comes from if we want the police force to be a part of that. So while it is that persons may think that we are simply saying that this is working and we should continue and we're having these programs, we have to also make that assessment, and it forms a part of the reporting, so that when we come here, the concept which everybody hears all the time is about mature consideration. If the program is working, who is being disenfranchised as a result of the program, and whether generally the communities are benefiting by a utilitarian concept, which is the greater good for all, and not just some persons. And for those reasons, I'll just ask Minister the next 6 months, if when we're thinking about how we are going forward, if at some point a definitive period in some of the areas could be an indicator. Because I can say from where I sit, I don't see how someone could say I don't support what is happening, because the evidence is anecdotal. But there are some underlying concerns that has to be addressed. Thank you.
Member from Westmoreland Central.
Thank you, Madam Speaker.
Yes, it does.
That's that.
Yes.
Well, the issue that I'm raising is I saw somebody say Mark Golding was weak, and I think, you know, context always matters, and I'm going to defend my party leader to say that he was coming from a funeral from his one of his colleagues, a senior member of parliament, former member of parliament and partner. But what I must say is that persons are to listen to the message. Persons are to understand that the political stage is quite different from putting on the record in the Hansard what is important to proper governance. Listen to the message, and the criticism of the messenger is always going to be problematic. They're in the spaces, you know, I don't need to go into parliament to say, oh, you're wicked. That's not creating solutions to problems, because I know that the lived human experience is real. Some of those communities that are zones of special operations, Adan used to run them place there. If you drive on the main road and turn off, you goodly end up missing. It used to be like that. So we know the realities in Jamaica. We cannot forget that these things are real. But there has to be timelines, and there has to be accountability in the use of funds. Yeah, we have to make sure that we don't create other problems. The same thing happened after the Iraq war. The same thing happened in Afghanistan. You send the soldier them over there, them end up breed up all kind of people called bored of the devil find work for idle with doers. You think you can send man to sit down on the tent 24 hours a day, and them not find them woman, and the people them start walk through, cook for them, and before you know it, a different kind of drama. Domestic violence, jealousy, it leads to misuse, abuse of power, distrust. All of these things are very, very important, and just as on a national stage, international stage,
we have to have the conversation, because at the end of the day, it's taxpayers' money I spend. That I just wanted to raise that and share that.
So Mark Golden, and in my speech, Mark Golden never weak.
Exactly.
Because you talk about the Zozo, where they want them to come and shout. This is sometimes, you know, then people just think everybody just come and talk vulgar. You talk about something. And I talk to a man now because it's something that my pastor say, make we extend this. That no need no organize. So him just come talk and him clear and we hear what him say. Yes? And him tell the minister, you know, when things say no, we shouldn't, you know, we forget the next thing apart and thing. We might not black it no, but you cannot depend on this all the time. And it don't make no real sense. And him tell him where him think it make better sense, and then him not tell about the 11 people but them kill. So you know, sometimes some people just want to put up some little comment when you see me and say Mystic and Pat.
They're perfectly right.
Don't come out with no foolishness.
As
Right?
what
I said my to start to the yes, I'm all right, but we are to know as is. Don't come in with no foolishness. And everybody around there gonna make a bag of knives. Like the man now come and shout, no, for what? Why? That don't make no sense. Yes, my brother.
You know, well, I mean, Isaac always said context matters, and quietly so.
True.
Right? Some people, I don't know why they are so intrigued when it comes to aggression and people, loud utterances and, you know, one being aggressive. Now, you have to listen keenly in terms of what the opposition leader was saying, right? And when you listen, then you will understand and you will get the message, right, of what the opposition was saying. Now, for me, in terms of, you know, sitting here, listening to Isaac and the situation with our government as it relates to extrajudicial killings, right? And obviously, the Jamaica Labour Party administration, their focus is not on trying to reduce extrajudicial killing. While they play the, I would say, the good cop and the bad cop scenario between Prime Minister Andrew Holness and the Justice Minister, where the Prime Minister retract his words, right, in terms of, you know, moving away from meeting your judge or the maker, right? And it's okay if he's moving away from that, because at least common sense and good sense prevail.
He's not.
However, the Justice Minister, you understand, doubling down, right? Sort of like a good cop, bad cop scenario, right? And what's surprising to me is I'm wondering if the Justice Minister, Brother Isaac, understand his portfolio responsibility, being the Justice Minister. What do you think? What do you have to say? I'm wondering, I'm seriously wondering if Delricho understand, right, the responsibility, his function, and where the moral compass, the moral compass lies with him, right, making such a statement like that. I am really wondering about it, Isaac. What say you on that?
Listen, I think he has been the Minister of Justice for a number of years now. This is his third term as Minister of Justice. And that being said, when you looked at his sectorial speech, he just tacked on constitutional affairs. He's not addressing human rights. He is totally detached. It's a portfolio in his justice ministry, and he's justice heavy. His concept of justice is court administration and administrative function. It has no human rights element. So he understands his function. He just does not care, because he's about crunching numbers and leaving his legacy, which is separate and apart from the lived human experience and human rights. He says he issued with his state ministers the Constitution as updated. He never singled out the Charter of Rights and said, these are your rights. They never made pamphlets to say,
this is what your human rights. He says if you feel like your human rights violated, call 5670325, sound like Buju Banton Stamina Daddy song. And just run off the number and say, call the number. Police box in your face, call the number. Police shoot you and kill you, call the number. He doesn't even differentiate. He doesn't address the fact that even the commissioner of police stands at a podium and say, yo, police not to take your phone and open it. There's no law that can say that they can do that. And the police them still say, open the truck back, and if you don't want to open your phone, you're going to get shot in your face. They can't even control the police force. The justice minister is only inciting people and misinterpret and misquoting the law, because the law has moved on long before.
Let me say something to you, Isaac. Before Pat are coming, but let me say something to you. If me Mystica Pat tell a man or encourage people and tell them, say, yo, hear this now, yeah, go meet the judge and meet the maker, and send people and incite people for go hurt people and kill people. And when them kill people, I could them kill your client Buju, right? And I could them kill Buju, and you know, your client that, right? Then we come and say we change position. We know, you know, when you say the court can hold we accountable for something, for incite something or the other.
If you ever dare incite something, you're gone straight to prison.
That mean the prime minister can't say my flip flap and go nowhere.
Yeah, but you think who you know ever lock up them boss?
Yeah, no, but I know them are gonna lock him up.
No, me ask you a question. Who you know ever prosecute them boss and lock up them boss? Me like on the stay now, they are foreign, you know, Mr. Donald Trump. Mr. Donald Trump of 32, 33, 34 was about 38 conviction. And the man still turn the president of the United States and I deal with the people them rough. I see man a reverse citizenship and I send back people.
No,
and I rewrite laws.
Well, film can have a dark, you know.
No, I'm just saying to you, I'm just showing you how
yes.
we have to look at it and understand, say, listen,
Yes.
The only message I can send, because I have court tomorrow, I make this absolutely clear. Power is in the people. The way that you exercise your right to vote affects the generation that follow. It affects whether or not the quality of life you live will be that of the elite. You may be middle class and end up in the poor class after the end of this term. You may have all intentions to go to foreign, and that now gonna happen because of a traffic stop. Yeah.
But you still believe that we have a middle class in Jamaica? Because I don't think so.
That's why
the middle class wiped out.
No, let me tell you something. All for me are the hungry one in it. Me a middle class because me are the upper class.
Yes.
I know one thing for certain. My boot no lean. So I don't form a part of the poor class. But me know for sure say me are the upper class.
No, man, you have billions, but maybe you have
so me I tell you, say you have some people where think them in the elite.
No, but
and me I tell you, say them one credit card bill away from living right out in front of the court. I don't be performative. No. Me, if me are the only one in there, me are the last living middle class, because me are the upper class.
Yeah, so you know, reach upper class. So guys that tell me saying I have 29 bank account yet, brother.
If me didn't have 29 bank if me have 29 bank account, nothing in there. And I have no problem. I don't deal with performative. Me is a humble youth. Any other day a youth them call me. Me have big youth son. I'm still beg my father lunch money and allowance. So let's not get it twisted. And more while me can call my brother and him send me a money. Me still I go Western Union if me have to. So don't make all this fool you. Listen man, I am so humble. I get up every day and put on my work clothes and go to court. So now when nobody fool you and hype you, nobody turn on the TV and see me start up in a parliament and feel say, me no still have to crunch the numbers to go a price man.
I'm very humble.
It's surprise. So want to make surprise mark, but me see 2 mega mart are closed up. One closed already and the next one.
I do all of them for lockdown because them this my mega mart and me never go back. That's a way before COVID.
It's like you still have to squeeze the budget. You still have to be
of course. You have to live. Don't live what you see because me now go farm part of the corrupted class.
Yes.
So me live within my means.
Live within your means.
You see, write us up on whether it be TikTok, YouTube, StreamYard, Facebook. In my constituency ask me for a laptop, I come over here and say, yo, beg on the 2 laptop. If I get it, I say, hey, I get it. If I not get it, it not gonna come. I work for my own and I work hard. Me not have no money and no contracts for give out. Me not have no tractor and no truck for put on the work. I'm not about that. I'm improving lives and I'm doing it within my means. All right.
Milton, but I come to share that video here because Byron tell me to play it from earlier and I never get to play it yet.
Oh, yes, yeah, because more Isaac. I want Isaac to see it.
All right.
We are quizzing next
Angie.
We are quizzing next.
Why not incorporate? Name junction. Watch out. Angie, just go on the van and stop by the police. Come on, the best. Officer Angie here, the man. Officer John was sorry, me I tell you.
Isaac, let me just.
No, I'm familiar with it.
Let me point out something, Isaac, because this goes to the police training. If you notice, Isaac, the police handcuffed the guy in front of him. That is the first thing that was wrong, right? Because I mean, the police did not have the situation under control, and so then it goes to the policeman training as it relates to handcuff training. Because in terms of my time and certain class that I have been through. Right, we were, particularly have a particular training course or a workshop that deals with how you handcuff persons, and we don't the workshop. No, we're in the workshop, right? That show you where policemen need to apply the handcuff in front of the person.
Let me ask you. I'm gonna stop you and ask a question though, because I always split justice.
Okay,
Andre, listen. Andre must not get the opportunity to overpower police.
Yes.
I'm glad you played this video because there is a close line between. Remember, police are human being too.
Yeah.
And every day they interface with the worst of them. Yeah, I don't know the full extent of that video, but I will say that the police is gonna have to do what they have to do to make sure so they don't lose control of the situation. Enough cases, some police, Andre look like him fitter than the 2 police them in a one. In fact, I see videos where youth in a school uniform take up 2 police and fling them. And they have to come them up, pick them up. It ain't right. But what I will say to you is when police interface with you, the same statement that they make a while ago, probably true me there, them not say when I start to talk, him sound soft, him sound weak. And I like how him sound too decent. You're supposed to interface with the police with the greatest amount of respect.
Also,
you know, after disrespect,
also the police.
Yeah, and also remember, and also the police was telling him to go into the car. He's being arrested. If you're being arrested, you don't need to resist arrest. And if you make the police feel very uncomfortable, you hold on to the weapon. As you say, man was in the front. I'm not going to defend the police or disrespect them, but your duty is to. I have to be telling people. Sometimes when them getting arrested, them call me, and them say, I'm a big liar. I'm gonna say, brother, go on with the police. A $4 million that. These days, the police will arrest me where you want, front, back, or you want it. Because let me tell you something. When you wrongfully arrest me, I'm going to get my money from Delroy. I'm going to get it. They're going to pay it out from the Ministry of Justice. So we have to have proper public information. And yeah, people are going to say less restrictive measures, but I don't know who Andre is. I don't know what he was being arrested for. All I know is he was resisting arrest and was trying to overpower the police.
So them same kind of, you know, them...
He mentally ill?
Trouble, yeah.
Yeah, from mental issue.
So yeah, this now. So I'm never in no trouble. What them do? Them put up a picture with a fake thing, with a youth, with a prop thing, the youth have to come out and say nothing. If them never want him for nothing, never want him, them just go see him and molest him because them say him not too straight. And him now, you know, them people that are, you know, you're like him, hey, me no want you to talk because police, them so disrespectful. And you know, full arrest stopping at Jamaica.
Well, what I'm saying is, you see, that's what I'm saying. Well, what I don't like is when the videos are inciting. Or we don't have the full narrative. That's why we call for body cameras. But also, you know, if one thing COVID teach me, one of the things COVID teach me, you see, is that when them did a lock up people for not wear masks, it was so unfair. The madman them never wear none and they never lock them up. Because you can't win with persons who are mentally, you know.
Okay. So
yes.
Isaac, hold on, Isaac.
Yeah.
We have a situation where you understand the subject, right, has mental challenges.
Yeah.
Right? And in respect of the mental challenges, okay, you know that the person is not going to act appropriately as you expected him to act. Do you believe that the police is the right...
No, absolutely not. Police don't have the training to deal with mentally ill people.
Exactly.
I said it at the beginning of the program that they were to call Miss Buchanan from Bellevue because some of the police they're mentally ill too. Remember, you know, some of the woman them beat them at them yard, you know, and have secret for them, so them come and exert power when them go up on the road. Two meaner conflict issues. Me just tell the people say, I heard the person say, Andre, go on with them and behave yourself. So that counts for something.
You know what I'm doing now. All right, so you know when they walk up to him and they might kind of do nothing and to him talk like that. You know them police have ego, you know. They may come and
no, we understand that, but I'm saying there's a place to get justice for that.
You know, some youths them know that, and like him,
I agree.
In the handcuff, you know, and him not move the gun. Got two of them, and this youth can't.
I don't know. The video stops. I never saw the part where they shot. You can play it back again.
That's why I'm gonna play it right. I mean, move.
Hold on, Lonesome, hold on then. Because the direction where we are going in, because we want to save life. This panel here wants the intent of our discussion is to save life.
Save lives.
And what we are saying, that when it has to deal with situation with, you know, mental dysfunctional person, right? If the police doesn't have the requisite training, right, then the police is just not for that situation. Because if you are going to engage the police in that situation and they don't have the requisite training to deal with mental, dysfunctional person, it simply means that we want to have a situation where you call the police to engage, you understand, situation like this. And might be 90% of it, might be 90% of the time, it is going to result in someone being killed. Because the police doesn't have the training to deal with that. So I am saying, in terms of the interest of this panel and this discussion, right? What is the way forward? What is the method that the government need to apply that when you have situations like these, mentally ill persons, right? What is the process need to be applied in dealing with them? Right, it shouldn't be the police officers because the police officers doesn't have the training to deal with these people, and this is the point.
But make us say something else to that because someone in St. Mary, a lady called about her son with it mental and him not getting pill and get her. And the police just line him up and get rid of him right away. and say balls. It come on TV too, you know. Say me the know more.
It happens many times, lonesome. One heap of time. Oh God, man. Let me tell you, the police is not equipped or trained to deal with people. That's the first thing to understand. It come with a lot of experience and a lot of more training, and that's not happening. So you are right. We are saying, what is the way forward? The way forward is public education.
Exactly.
Because I see a man call police for him baby mother and end up with a dead baby mother.
Can you imagine, man?
I sometimes landlord and tenants in problems, the worst thing is when police come. Because when the ability to de-escalate sometimes is not all of them have it. And so public education, greater human rights training, it has to be there. But that none of this mean anything as long as you have ministers like the Honorable Delroy Chuck telling people that you can do this. And yeah, man, if the fella don't want to listen to you, yes, man, just kill them. You're justified, man. You can't do that.
Let me say something to you, Isaac. So I say the guy down at Cemetery Lane, the little young man, 22-year-old, him comply, but him couldn't complain after. Because them kill him, he came upstairs, him comply with them, you know. Everything with them say him do, them comply. The next one with them put for kneel down, him comply. But instead of complain, them kill him, and we see it on the video, the one we showed earlier.
Yeah, but there's redress. It's redress. You have to fight. The family has to fight for that.
This young man lose them life, them can't even come back.
No, but if you are on, if you are on a death list, if you're on a list of persons to die, who's gonna stop you? Who's gonna stop them?
I do.
Huh?
But
no, I want to, go back on Sir Marky G, speech as it related to the Zozo. Yeah. And I mean, Sir Marky G was perfectly right in regards to this government using the Zozo as a crime fighting tool, which doesn't, lend to the situation that we have in Jamaica as it relates to the youths them, in the community or constituency that are being targeted as it relates to their name being on the death list. Now, for a fact, I want to ask you, Isaac, as a member of parliament, and you represent a constituency, do you intervene with the youths them to mobilize them to have a different mindset outside of crime and criminal activity?
Every day. We have programs for that, and we deal with that. My football league is about that. My football league that happening this summer, and the overwhelming amount of registration. You have people from Kingston trying to come to be a part of the football league down in Portland. And you have to engage the youth, and you have to listen to some of them now, no father, It not take nothing for say, brother, you can be like me, It not take nothing for look on a youth and say, youth, you're better than me, If somebody did talk to me when I was your age, I could be greater than I am right now. And make them know, say, listen, when you're going to play this football, we'll do it so we can bring dialysis for Portland, because someone will drink rum and boom, and then the belly hurt, because on the kidney mash up, and no. We have to educate them and tell them that there's more to it. We're sitting here for more than an hour and we're talking about that, and I'm saying it's not just youth, black people, it is us and the people that's giving them the directives to hurt them. It's not of our race. But because we're in Jamaica, people don't see that it is racial. And so, of course, that's what my entire constituency is about, protecting your rights from people who's making them feel inferior. All you want to do is give them what they call them, drain cleaning and debushing. You don't have no work for them. You don't have nothing. Some of them can play the football, and you have to, when we get foundations to kind of give them jerseys to make them be a part of the experience during World Cup. So they can watch World Cup and Pop 2 style on the day. Keep them occupied because the devil find work for idle doers. It's more than that. Talking in parliament is just one aspect of it. But you have to be there with the youth them and engage them. So when them say, yo, me is a farmer, give them the farm work yard. When them say, yo, me want a handsaw, give them the handsaw. Just hope them not cut off them hand. But give them something to do. Make a man figure it out like how my parents made sure I figure it out. So when me say me did want to be artist, me go cut song in a studio. But me not sell no double blast, me not get no platinum cause Wayne Lonesome now play my music, he might fight against me. The man they suppress me. Him son a big promoter and them man they not send no visa for me come to England, come perform and me artist, big artist. You see what? Look, he might change the subject. But I'm saying, when them tell me, say them can DJ, me say, yo, run 2 dub plate, and them give me dub plate in my election, and it sounds better than any big artist. We have to find the talent. We have to know. We are all here for a purpose, you know. Just like everybody sit down and listen to Mystic Sensation and Wayne Lonesome and Melting Pot. We have a purpose. We have to find it, and everybody can sit down in front of camera and engage viewers. It's a talent. Some of them can do it. So I say I get critique because I interact with Rosalie. She's blessed. She's talented. I know everybody can do that. You have to have what you call je ne sais quoi, star power. But then you have people where them say, me can draw, you know, I say, right, paint a picture of me. See that? England him live now. Yeah. Proud for Saint. And him give him paint many paintings for me. And him live in England and him have art gallery and doing him things. Conroy Green. You have to give the youths an opportunity so them can go be great. So we have conversations that we don't have these conversations. We take it very lightly, but it is significant because you don't know who the next Bolt is. You don't know who the Leon Bailey and Ryan Sterling is. The one of them goodly dead so in a Port Antonio, and them now have the feel, them now have the this for the woman, them netball court for there because we don't know which one of them. We don't know if the next star is down there, track star, whoever. We have to engage the youth and say, what is it that you want to do? So if them say, I want to be a carpenter, you help them, and them say, boy, I don't like it again. And you treat them. I said earlier, you know, we have to treat the next generation like say them white. Spoil them till them figure it out. Because some of them now have their mother and father never get the opportunity to be able to direct them the way they want.
All right, so it's man, minutes, right?
One more question.
Yeah,
in your assessment, Isaac, is there a concerted effort by other member of parliament to, initiate that same initiative that you have taken within your constituency to mobilize the youth them? Because that would help to curb, the mindset of the youth them and to reduce crime, because that is a more effective strategy than the Zozo.
So let me explain. But I'm gonna explain to you. We have the same minister we hear me across. We're doing child diversion right now to protect and make sure say that the youth them don't interface with the law a certain way. But remember, I'm the opposition spokesperson on youth. The leader of opposition entrusts me with finding ways to ensure that the youth them are engaged. And I am doing that. And replicated right now is, I can tell you for sure, when the Portland football finals finish, we're gonna go play the St. Mary, Southeast St. Mary football finals. And we're gonna play against Nikisha Burchell team in Southeast St. James. So we are connected. And we're going to put them on bus and make them travel. And then I'll get them KFC and them Burger King and them Starbucks and everything. Wow. And they're on bus tour for go play match outside of the constituency because them big and famous. Yeah? And if this thing catch on the way it's supposed to catch on, yeah, if the Prime Minister have a team down there around the Olympic Gardens, we play a stadium, get them the trophy and say, come take this. This not have nothing to do with Manning Cup. This not have nothing to do with Premier League. I just youth, I do them corner league and I do them things because them love and they want to be included in sports. They want to dream. They want to. Boy, when me young, you know, me watch as if me watch Knicks and Knicks play me outside by the basketball court. I do what them do. When our Olympics and them run fast, me I run too. Me go find stadium and run up and down. I don't know when Jamaica change. Because you could walk up and down literally in Jamaica. Walk through Grand Spain and go a Stella Maris. Sharp would go play. Yeah.
What you mean you don't know when Jamaica changed?
I don't know.
But hold on. Let me remind you when Jamaica changed.
Go on, tell me.
Jamaica changed, right? 2016.
No. So hold on. Let me ask you a question. In 2010, when the then Honorable Bruce Holding who have burn out Andrew Holness right now, when him go down at Tivoli and murder everybody down there in the first state of emergency, that wasn't bad.
No, hold on.
No, me just ask. And then hold on. And then before that, when Bustamante, I chew that ball head, I don't know what going. When Bustamante in a Coral Gardens deal with the massacre and say, yo, bring all of the dread them and burn them up and murder them. What was that?
I said, let me come back at you now.
Yeah.
Here why I am going to say that wasn't bad. At that time, I said, we were not in a position in terms of dealing with the not able to account for over $3 trillion. Come on, Isa. Remember, $3 trillion in that time. You understand? We didn't have that in terms of not able to account for $3 trillion. But from 2016, from measuring up from 2016 to 2026, we have that situation, $3 trillion. Let me ask you, Isa, hold on. If you take $3 trillion, just for argument's sake, right? I'm not going to put you on the spot, but just for argument's sake, that, okay, all right, if $3 trillion that cannot be accounted for in any society, what do you think is going to happen to that economy?
What's happening now? It's a go crash. It's a go mash up.
L-shape, flat line.
Yeah.
Me love how you eat it.
No, listen. You can, what you are trying to get me to do is come on here and say the Jamaica Labour Party, them are cheap and them corrupted and all of that. But I know I'm going to say that. Me I talk about the youths them and I make them know say there was a time when I could have walked up and down, and there was a time when me walk up and down and go about my business, and my parents them I talk to my friend parents them, and 9 o'clock pan JBC, it's 9 o'clock. Do you know where your kids are? And all of a sudden you're there way up Manningsville Road and you hear your mother bawl out your name. And you ride bicycle, everything to make sure say you dip on the lane or you're gonna get beaten.
Yes.
Which picnic now in this modern society you can say go outside, go pick the maca bush where your mother gonna beat you with? When? Life has changed so much that I honestly gonna tell you that I don't know when.
All right, I can show you something very fast. Because I talk about the beach. But look at this. You can't believe this. The hurricane blew up and then apparently mash up. And you can believe that the Prime Minister came out and said they want to remove the people. But here Lollipop, your Lollipop, Byron and a melting pot. Here this I said.
Back River built a little way now from the coastline, further inland, and the coastline will become the new touristic area of St. Elizabeth.
Wow.
So those of you who are familiar with South Beach and those areas, Vision Black River. That's where we're going. From Parati all the way back to Crawford, if you know that area. And then Treasure Beach with its development. But In building out the township, we are going to also be building a new airport in Clarendon.
What?
Yes. You know there. You know Ali. You know Vernon Field. Well, it's Vernon Field. Brand new airport that will be able to be the largest airport, definitely in arguably the Caribbean.
Man, I come off of my TV and stop at the foolishness. You can't even find money to fix road that talk about brand new airport. And we have to divest the two. Where you get money from? Where you do borrow more money? Our great grandparents them can't pay it back.
You not borrow money. So man, I beg some money on foreign. I know foreign in there have them talking.
But hear this, when them want to move the people and want to trick them, let me play what parity people say to them, and then we make we ask them question. Look at this.
We must say, but you know, I'm not right because I'm come out with what we want. No, we live here.
Get back.
Minister, I've been right to say we must say, but you know, I'm not right because I'm come out with what we want. No, we live here. What we have about?
I come here, I'm not left for business I run. Me a part-time business community. I have tourists I come here. Them have one room for me.
We are not moving. That declaration this evening from residents of Party in St. Elizabeth over an announcement from the Prime Minister, Dr. Andrew Holness, that they will be relocated. Now, the coastal community was devastated by Hurricane Melissa, and residents have been struggling to rebuild. Krista Campbell has details.
But Lonesome.
Yes.
Devastated seaside community in St. Elizabeth and the government's plan to relocate those unable to rebuild. But not even heavy rains could stop the people of Parity from sending this message on Tuesday.
The Prime Minister, I've been right to say we must say, but you know, I'm not right because I'm come out with what we want. No, we live here. What we have about?
I come here, I'm not left for business I run. Me a part-time business community. I have tourists I come here. Them have one room for me, because I know where I go.
I am not leaving, and the whole community is standing up. They are not leaving. A boat tossed by the sea onto what's left of a backyard pool gives only a glimpse of the extensive damage Hurricane Melissa left behind here in Parity. Prime Minister Dr. Andrew Holness has not said exactly where the residents will be relocated to, but the name of one community has already come up.
But we don't got malware. Me can't play I am. Me is a fisherman. Me is a tour driver. Me can't play I am. Me have time, yes, so. But if me broke right now, I should get arena for me not going to flicking ball right now. From here, people should come to get arena never turn them back.
There is no plot of land which have been used for farming within this area, right? Most of the residents they benefit from the sea.
I'm ready to aware of this, and there's no town hall meeting. And you just hear that you have to relocate it.
Blocks, steel, sand, and other construction materials are evidence that the rebuilding process is far advanced here in Parity. And two-story buildings like the one behind me are even clearer evidence that the people intend to rebuild in the only community they say they've known, which is why their response is clear.
Well, I'm like my third generation fisherman in my family.
Not
so if Andrew relocate me, I don't have nowhere to put my equipment and my boat. So I cannot leave.
After Hurricane Melissa, I myself have spent over $5 million to renovate my house. And to hear that I have to relocate, that's not nice. And I'm not going to live in any container house.
But we live here. What we have about?
But we don't hear already, Uber.
Yeah, man.
But Lonesome.
Yes, brother.
Lonesome. Here, mighty. If that area, right, is not, feasible for these people to live and they have to be relocated. My question, how is it feasible, you understand, to do big hotel project there? How does that feasible? If it is not feasible, that the government want to relocate these people from out of that area.
No, it's not feasible for poor people to live on the coastline.
Okay, I follow you.
Beachfront properties for rich people. I spend the whole night trying to explain to you. You see, the problem that we're having is that the poor people want to capitalize on the prime real estate
And we are at an impasse in the country where we no longer want the poor people to be on the beachfront. We want it for the rich people. You don't want to come to Jamaica and experience South Beach in St. Elizabeth. You see this thing, there is nothing sensational about how you want the people to just be there. Those people can't develop the place. So we have to lift them up with a hurricane so we can lift up the nation, because choose Jamaica. Jamaica is not the people. You understand? Right, so they're agreeing with me in there.
But you know, it's
so,
crazy.
So them get chopped, them get tricked.
Because
them get tricked. I say so after Melissa, I say, yo, we need to send some things come out Portland, and I say, no, St. Elizabeth mash up. And when write us up on the platform, you give Andrew about $20 million US. And he not spend $1 outside. You not shame. Talk the truth.
No, think of it, Isa. If it is not suitable for these people to live there and they have to be relocated, then how is it suitable, you understand, to have that start a mega project, hotel, industry and all of them things there, being there? I don't understand that.
No, what I can tell you, him never said that in Jamaica, you know. I know Jamaica not hear that pitch there yet, you know. Who no bust it, you know. That not there on TVJ News. Okay. And next week he might go speak, and I bet he say him not put it in a sectoral debate about South Beach a come and St. Elizabeth and airport are open down a Burnham Field.
Yes, that's what you're talking about.
I wouldn't bust it, you know. Boy, I shouldn't even there in that clip, yeah.
But you know, my input in all of this now, as it relates to Edmund Bartlett, yeah. Them guys that drive me up the wall, you know. Because when I look and see the man, them divest to international airport, but is concentrating on, you know, building a lot of these airstrip all over the island, yeah. But yet still them now focus on repairing the road them now focus on cleaning the drainage them now focus on rehabilitating the bridges them. You know, it begs us to believe what type of vision them have for the country, because you have to build your own infrastructure and you have to maintain your infrastructure. But what is significant about all of this development as it relates to airstrip? They don't have a national airline. They give it away to Bush Stewart for $1.
They do have a national airport in Mexico and France and take all of the money, them sell the future earnings. So them have to try to build a new airport. Don't forget that.
But
the airport I think a mistake. Yeah. The airport is government $1 billion. Is a poor.
Hold on a minute. Let me just do a little thing. When Bush Stewart did have the plane, Bush Stewart at Jamaica, he just said I run it, he give back to the government. When the government does golden do, give it to Trinidad and give them around 20 mil per it. So me get them around at say the PMP give it away and Bush Stewart at Jamaica. The Mongol operated. We did have the plane. Bruce Colin take it and give it to Trinidad. Make them go look it up. You understand? And then give it the White House too. Where I build, him give that to Bush. But him give the plane itself to Trinidad. Abuse to it.
Yeah, because the problem stems from the fact that him give it to Bush Stewart, you know. And Bush Stewart like a cow. Milk like a cow. You understand? For him one personal gain. Not for the country. You understand? So my problem is, yeah, I don't like to hear this guy as Minister of Tourism speak in that regard. Because when you talk about 5 million visitors coming into Jamaica, yeah, it's more than the population. But you don't have a national airline to carry that volume of passenger into Jamaica. You give that away when you have a lucrative deal in your hand. You understand? You have the platform to maximize passenger coming into Jamaica based on the fact that you're still in Jamaica as a prime tourist destination in CARICOM. No, you should be striving, yeah, in regards to you retaining ownership of Air Jamaica, one of the best airline as it relates to aviation safety. You understand? So I can see where they're going with tourism. Tourism in Jamaica is only for the investors who live overseas. This is why we only get a meager sum out of the tourist dollar. Yeah? I have it at 20 cents Jamaica benefit from the tourist dollar. 20 cents. And when you take out expense, the government only get about 7 to 8 cents out of every dollar. So tourism is not benefiting Jamaica. You understand? You have people outside of Jamaica who is benefiting from their tourism business that they have striving in Jamaica. Yeah? So the whole dynamics of it is that we need a new minister of tourism. As a matter of fact, we need a new government. We need a new government to put people with brain, people who have the knowledge and the expertise, yeah, to increase Jamaica as a tourist, destination, the volume of people coming from all over now, not just from North America, that they solely depend on. You need to expand it. Yeah. What the Minister of Tourism should have done alongside the Minister of Culture is to incorporate, if it's even 3 vital venue annually for Jamaica, using our creative art industry, the reggae music. You must have that festival because it's celebrated over the world, Europe. Yeah. Look at Glastonbury in the UK. It's a big event that annually, that bring in over £4 billion to the economy. So our Minister of National of Tourism is only there enriching himself. It's in the grapevine that him have a house now, penthouse, value over 100 million US.
1 million.
I want to get them cash from Via Splash.
Well, all right. Melting Pot, hear my line of argument with that. I don't know if ISAT is going to in alignment with my discussion. But I think that as it relates to the tourism industry, and we are getting a meager 30 cents out of the dollar, right? And so then 70 cents is not circulating in the economy. My question, why that we have such a strong focus on tourism and not agriculture? Because to me, in terms of where I'm going, right, when I look on tourism, right, and tourism is generating partially said $4.8 billion to Jamaica. And as we said, as it breakdown of the dollars and cents, we are only getting 30 cents out of the dollar. But when you look on our trade-off, as it relates to our exportation and importation, we are importing roughly about $6.8 billion worth of goods, right? And yet, when you look at exportation, we are only exporting $1.8 billion worth of goods. I mean, for more than 10 years, you understand, we are at a trade-off as it relates to over $5.8 billion, and we are not able to reduce that. So then my argument, why the focus being on the expansion of tourism, we are even if it expand some more, we are still getting 30 cents, right? Why not put the focus on agriculture, where we actually manufacturing more, producing more, you understand, and try to export more so we can bring down the trade deficit. What say you on that, Isaac?
I agree with you where that is concerned, but the tourism product is a product that must be preserved.
Yes, I know.
I'm just letting you know that the only thing coming out of Jamaica right now is tourism, sports, and reggae music. Jamaica has absolutely nothing else to offer except for natural resources.
Jamaica is failing to capitalize on the human product.
Yes.
And the human product is actually a tourism product. It is mismanagement by government because many other things could come from the interplay between the tourism sector. Even ecotourism, they are only seeing big building and big hotel because they get their cuts off for it. This the missing 3 million deficit and all of that you're talking about is a part of the building. They get a lot of money from the building. That's why they have instituted build up to make use of the land and conversations about adverse possession and this and that and development plan and now all of it is disenfranchising the people. Agriculture is what is important for food security, but there's strides being done in agriculture. Mismanagement and misgovernment is it. Yeah, Melting Pot say we need a change in government and we need it now.
Yes.
It's not something that we can wait on, but I don't believe in people that Albania or whatever that take into the streets. That's not helping anybody. We need a robust public education and we need to strengthen our human rights ability to execute the Constitution and protect and preserve our natural resources and our people so our people can enjoy it. Otherwise, we're just gonna be a tourism, but I'm gonna have to depart because we have work to do for people.
We're gonna close off now, I sat. But I'm going to tell you something, and I'm going to tell the panel something. Self-reliance are the greatest thing. We'll go back to mandating because let me tell you, we have to learn from the pandemic. When the tourists go flat, what we say flat? Zero. And we know the diaspora, a good thing, we'll send around over 4 billion. And Andrew himself come out and say, so we can't depend upon that way. People say, all right, the hospital, you give a travel advice upon this. That's why they might kill out so much youth, Travel advice upon crime and travel advice upon health. And when you look them just kill out to people, them and no business because they want it to look good that tourists can come in. And develop, white people come in and enjoy the beaches and enjoy themselves. Can go up enjoy the Jamaica, can go from one end to the other. Without police protect them. But you leave from in a Kingston and go in a country as a little youth, police are lock you up, I'm gonna shoot you, say you're up to nothing good. This is racism, man. Race and classism at one, I run by some Chinese descendants, yeah? When I like black people. And that's
you're right,
the best way out. And like the guys that say, when I really get rid of tourism, but we have to more rely on do some self-reliance, yeah?
Yes.
And bring in a thing here, right? And we can use it product and market product. But self-reliance are the key. Yes. All right, brothers.
That is it. Well said. Well, Isaac, big up yourself.
Yeah, man.
All right.
Respect.
No
pleasure. Inside the studio.
My brothers. Yeah, look. So Isaac, you're about to say
next week. And the Iowa Awards is on the 20th in Brampton. So I invite people to come out and support it. I'm gonna be there. More meet the diaspora people. Listen, Wayne, if you're not sure, if you're not seeing a real life, I'm gonna block you.
Hear this, man.
Just to make me known.
Hey, Mikey. Well, people in the diaspora watch.
Load to me and Mikey.
Mikey, right? This Isaac Cassidy. Mikey, the right.
All right. Say no more then.
Hey, brother, we think right up here, And we, so Mikey, yeah, listen me right now. Mikey, listen, I said, what I'm trying to say, no, say, well, taking care of and reach up there.
All right, say no more. Say no more. All right, blessings.
People, we are
right.
bless them.